Hey gamers, welcome back to another DSP video. We are going to be watching yesterday's positive podcast. I know it was like still going through the nuclear video that DSP uploaded. I don't know if I'll get back to that, to be honest. Maybe I will. I'm not going to necessarily write it out. But I do want to do this. It was surprising just the amount of nonsense we get to hear from this guy sometimes. So let's get right into it. Here we go.
All right. So,
All right.
let's talk. We had a few topics to talk about, right? Let's get this one out of the way because this is a very positive topic.
I love that it says, "Let's get this out of the way." Let's get it out of the way. Instead of just like, oh, what? I don't know. I never really liked how he starts segments. It just seems very like robotic and not organic or normal or anything. Like, whatever. But let's get it out of the way, guys, because it's very positive.
Topic. Okay. And
It's like the same way he talks about drama. Let's get it out of the way.
About it now because I want you to understand how grateful I am. Okay. So I want you to think back. First of all, I want you to think back. If you're someone who's been around for a while, I would like you to think back a few years ago. Okay. I want you to think back to a time when things were around for a while.
How far back?
I would like you to think back a few years ago.
Okay, a few years.
Okay.
All right.
I want you to think back to a time when things weren't so good. When financially things were very tight.
What does that mean? Because if you would argue that the time when he was filing for bankruptcy was when he was financially tight. But guess what, gang? After that, during that, he got the vest streak, right? But then after that, he was very comfortable getting $50 a stream. Only in tips, by the way. And that was fine. That was fine. It took up until, like, he joined Kino Casino to really start the King arc going and getting 150 each stream, whatever. And around this time, DSP was bragging how better off he is and all this other stuff, right? So this like financially tight narrative, it's very like silly because it was even like obscured by the vest streak.
Tight for me. The only way that I could make it,
it's insane that he doesn't like give us a time frame. Just a couple of years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, like where are we targeting with this, right?
and to me, it was basically to have a series of good streams back to back. I really was living, as they say, paycheck to paycheck. Were very tight for me.
Oh my
god. The only way that I could make ends meet was basically to have a series of good streams back to back. I really was living, as they say, paycheck to.
But this is really, really dumb, because even during the King arc, whatever, he would just straight up say, we don't have to hit the, like, oh my god, dude, I'm already going all over the place here. During the King streak, right, it was first a streak, and he would want to hit the streak every so often. During that, he would also say, guys, it is not the end of the world if we don't hit the goal, don't worry, but it would be the end of the streak, blah, blah, blah. He then decided, guys, I'm going to do you a solid, because I agree, it is stupid. I am no longer going to be counting streaks. It is going to be, we'll celebrate whenever we hit the goal, or whatever the fuck. And then, like, it truly, the begging got worse, because if a stream did not hit the goal, the next stream would be responsible for hitting 2 goals. It was really weird, and he still does that. This is a degree of begging that, actually, he used to do this before, But it was nearly not to this extent, because before he would just say, guys, let's make up for the previous, it was very slow, whatever, but it would just kind of come and go, whatever. Now he still does this, guys, let's make up for the previous goal that was a dud. I'm sorry that I decided to play this game and nobody liked it, but let's make up for it tonight with a hype game or whatever. Like, he still does this, but in a more quiet way. As I said, like, with this goals shit, he didn't learn that maybe hounding the audience was the thing that people hated. He just thought, oh, I just shouldn't have a goal. I shouldn't say goals. That was what people hated. Not the constant guys, let's don't forget to support. Tip, sub, member chat, super chat, membership, kick, sub, let's go. But whatever.
To paycheck, I believe, is the way that they call it. Meaning,
no, that's not what that means.
The next time that you
paycheck to paycheck just means when you get a paycheck, you wait for the next paycheck, then you just burn the money. That's what it means, obviously. Again, he thinks that his audience is so stupid they don't know what the phrase living paycheck to paycheck is. I really love, like, how long will it take for DSP to be bullied into thinking his audience has more than one brain cell?
You work and you earn money, you hope it's enough so you can pay your bills and you can make ends meet, right? Now, keep in mind, I used to be a very prominent, popular YouTuber. That was a long time ago, all right? But there was a time when I was known as one of the top gaming YouTubers, and every single one of my videos got tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of views.
Whoa.
Every one of my streams did incredibly well, and everything was good. And then that all went away. And I was in a really bad way.
I love that he says it all went away. Like, there was no reason for it to go away. Of course, he would say, well, because I was an asshole. He'd only say it if it makes him sound like in this kind of segment. But then he'd also say, alongside it, the trolls mobilized against me or whatever the fuck. But it's like, dude, like, people rise and fall in popularity all the time. It doesn't matter about the status of lolcowness or whatever. The reason why he's called a lolcow is because he kind of like fell off and then he just rolled around in the mud and then was like shitting his pants and then laughing at other people for putting it out. That's what was going on.
Financially, I declared bankruptcy. I had to. There was no way that I was ever going to pay off the debts that I owed. That all went away. And I was in a really bad way financially. I declared bankruptcy. I had to.
He had to. Again, he opened 14 credit cards to move across the country. There was no like rhyme or reason as to like any like plan. And anyone would have just said, "Hey, this is a very expensive move. Maybe like don't do it, especially when your job is like this, right?" Well, because he had no other like ventures in this career either. He didn't have any capital, I don't know, but he didn't have any other thing that he would have been able to make money off of. He just did like the same kind of videos and he never really changed his content. He tried with KO Gaming, but it didn't really like amount to anything.
There was no way that I was ever going to pay off the debts that I owed because of the bad way that I was in, and I had to do what was best for me and my family to get out of that situation. But basically, every time I streamed, it was like a make or break situation. I need to have a good stream today. So how can I motivate people to contribute? Let's put on vests. Let's put on glasses. Let's put on silly...
I love that we're... Oh my god, dude. This dude loves these, like, archetype stories in the entertainment industry. Like, this would be in a movie. Oh my god, this actor fell off from grace, and then he was down on his luck, desperate to make a living. Oh my god, who the fuck's calling? Okay, the caller ID is not working, so they can fuck off. They can fuck off. The caller ID ain't working. But yeah, this actor went down on his luck. He was doing all kinds of stuff to make a living. And then one fateful day, an agent was in the bar as the guy was doing stand up or whatever the fuck, and he's like, "Damn, he got the shit. Let's give him a redemption arc." And then he calls back, like watch the movie Better Man. Oh, which is a good movie, by the way. Check that movie out. It's like that, where he goes high, then he like falls down a bit, then he goes on like a redemption arc. Like DSP keeps like he loves these redemption stories. But that's not like his life at all. Nobody's life works this way because this dude is given so many chances and he just does the same thing. This is performative sincerity. Like, oh my god, guys, thank you so much for giving me the chance. These people have been around for years supporting this guy, and he didn't give a fuck before. The vest and hat, by the way, the vest was his chat's idea. Like, it was during a Minecraft stream where someone said, "Hey Phil, why don't you put on a vest when you get $100?" And he's like, "Ah, okay, man." And then he did it, and there you go. Like that's how he started doing it. He didn't do it out of desperation because he told us even then he wasn't desperate for money. Every time people were calling him a beggar, he's like, "I'm not begging for money. This is business. I'm just doing what I have to do. This is a job and this and that." Like, that's all he's doing. He always tells us, "Guys, if you don't hit the goal, it's not the end of the world." Yeah, come on. Because as I said, I firmly believe if this dude was really bad off, he would have filed for a job. He would have applied. But he didn't because he knew it was fine. He knew his audience would come in and save the day for him.
Silly hats. Let's dress up and act a fool and do all this kind of stuff.
I thought he didn't do stunts. He told us during this time he's not doing stunts, and this is all just a joke because women stream taking their clothes off, which I mean I've not seen that happen. Did anyone? Oh my god, the lights are going all over the place, guys. But that never happened. I never seen the Phil. I never see any streamer take their clothes off for money. He's specifically talking about strippers when he brings that up, and it's like you realize strippers don't stream their content, right? He's always saying that for women who aren't bikinis or whatever. Like, who fucking cares, man? Like, focus on your own dumb shit. But he keeps phrasing this negatively. But back then, he's like, "This is a symbol that will never give up." I kind of, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna do it. Let's go to uh DSP Gaming Festival. He always called it the festival, I want to say. Oh my god, there's so many of them. Okay, I'm gonna say it's this one. It's this
All the
heartfelt
shit
message.
that happened to me, it has. I just want you guys to understand that that means the world to me when I get a message like that. Like, it's been
Again, this is when the tips, by the way, were $100. He was asking for 150 way after this. You tell me.
been tough. You know, my life has been tough over the last decade. It has. And when I read a message like that, I'm sorry that I'm tearing up like a baby. But when I read a message like that, it makes me feel like it was worth it. You know, like all the shit that happened to me and all the stress and the mental shit that I go through on a daily basis. Sometimes.
Okay, let's go to Pig Go. Pig Go may get what I want. This is a symbol. Okay, I know we. Oh my god, no! Dude, I know he said it. Why can't I find it? The story says this vest is a symbol. Come on. I probably should have like narrowed it down timeline wise now that I think about it. But whatever. Oh my god. I don't think it's this one.
Very different for this vest celebration. Gameplay. People.
Okay, gameplay. Gameplay, guys. Oh man, remember Deadly Premonition 2? The vest, out all of the vests. As soon as the vest comes off, I'm like, giving me the vestry. With the vestry going on right to vestry. Wearing this vest and people... Okay, what is this?
Wearing this vest. And people were like...
Okay, he's explaining what a vest is. Cool. Wait, this vest... Okay, this is vest 3.0. I want to say it's vest 2.0.
around the content so much during this vest streak, they don't want it to stop. It's kind of like a way to show that I'm the ultimate underdog and I'm still here after 11, 12 years, despite all the crap that's happened to me.
Okay, this is close enough.
But now it's 150. And now it's like, this is crazy. Like, this is people who love my content so much. They love the positivity around the content so much during this vest streak. They don't want it to stop. It's kind of like a way to show that I'm the ultimate underdog and I'm still here after 11, 12 years, despite all the crap that's happened to me, that we can still have fun, interactive streams. You know, you guys are standing up for the content that I put out, that you like it. You like me as a person, obviously. And you're contributing to make that positivity wave continue. Okay, sticking it to the people who out there on a daily basis still talk shit and slander me and saying, Phil's successful, too bad, right?
Yeah, see, Phil is successful. During this arc that he filed for bankruptcy, he's still successful. But here he's like, yeah, I was doing stunts, I was doing all kinds of stuff. But I just love how different DSP sounded when he was on Twitch. Like, now he just sounds so, like, fake, obnoxious, corny, insincere, disingenuous. Like, nonsense. It's like all of the bad traits that he had got amplified to, like, 1,000,000. And the ones that were, like, tolerable got obliterated.
Stuff. And people across the internet kind of started to know me for that stuff. Wow, he's that guy who acts like a clown and dresses up in stupid clothes when he streams. Can you believe that Phil does that? Let's all make fun of him for it.
Only the trolls were making fun of him. And it was more of like, I don't know how to describe it, because I feel like a lot of people were laughing at the situation, mostly like, kind of in a way, laughing at his audience when you think about it, because you're paying someone to put on a vest. Like, it's funny in the sense that it is both, like, ridiculous to like, have this be a reward. Like, it's just kind of a straightforward scam. But at the same time, it's also funny that his chat, like, I mean, outside of the ones that were willing to give him money anyway, the ones that were, like, that genuinely cared is, like, insane, right?
For it. Now, keep in mind, I never wanted to do any of that. That was the...
He had festivals! Festivals! And he's like, I never wanted to do that. Yes, you did. I hate this, like, this fell upon me. Like, sure, it was cute when it was, like, when you started doing YouTube for a living. Sure, I mean, whatever. Even though I don't agree with that, because he openly said, let's make this a job, but even if we are generous to give him that, uh this vest stuff, I'm not saying that he didn't want to do it. The one dude in a Minecraft stream offered, they gave him the idea and he did it. Then he's like, oh, we should celebrate when we hit 100 vest streaks. Like, he wanted to do this. Come on.
That was the kind of stuff that I had to do to stand out and motivate an audience to contribute to my streams, because otherwise it was just a bunch of people dumping on me constantly. And it wasn't a good time. It was
Oh my god.
do any of that. That was the kind of stuff that I had to do to stand out and motivate an audience to contribute to my
this is like really, really just shitty behavior, because as I said, like, there are times where you can look back at something you did and cringe and say it was dumb, but you may also come around to it and saying, actually, maybe it wasn't that bad after all. Maybe I'm being too negative on myself and it wasn't that bad. Whatever. Like, you can at least have some nuance to your own, like, viewpoint, but he keeps shitting on himself, and it's like, it's to the point where it's like, okay, either shut up about it or get to the point. Like he's doing this segment to say how thankful he is, and we're shitting on how he made money back then, when back then he was getting emotional about getting the vest streak going. He was like, yeah guys, you're showing the trolls that I'm so successful. And now he's like, oh, I had to do it because I had to motivate them. Like, this is how little he thinks of his own viewers. His viewers were supporting him for years, and he's like, yeah, I had to do it to get you guys some fucking support. Like, damn, man, I didn't know your fans suck that much. Damn.
to my streams, because otherwise it was just a bunch of people dumping on me constantly. And
he was moderating his chat. He had mods in his chat. And again, he's acting as if every day when he was streaming, everyone in the chat was like saying, die in a fire to him every day. And everyone was like shitting on him, when that wasn't even the case. He had people who liked him, but they get completely erased. And he focuses on the trolls. And it's gonna happen again and again and again and again. This guy is so ungrateful. He takes his own audience for granted all the time. He is so lucky. He's so lucky his audience have no brains. They're drones. He's so lucky, because if these people like had any level of comprehension, they'd be like, damn, this guy sucks. But they don't. They don't. They may criticize him, to be fair, because some people did call him out, but they call him out in like dumb ways. That is like enough wiggle room for him to semantics the fuck out of them. Because again, you have to talk to DSP like he's a toddler. You're not gonna like be able to assume he's gonna like, you're not gonna talk to a child like he's gonna understand the nuance of the conversation. You have to hold his hand and explain to him in plain English the issue. Otherwise, he's gonna wiggle his way around, and he's either gonna not understand it or take advantage of it and get around it. You really have to like talk to him like he's a fucking dumbass, because this guy is a fucking baby.
And it wasn't a good time. It was incredibly stressful. All the time I was worried about paying a bill. And
again, this was also during the time where he was telling us that he was the happiest. Again, if he wants to say that he was lying back then, he was also saying, I'm not lying. This is the best day of my life, man. And now, years later, saying that he's lying then. What's to say he's not lying now? Like, this dude is so dishonest. You can't take him seriously. He admits that he was down from the rafters back then. To then say, yeah, why didn't you trust me now? I admitted to this. Yeah, but this is a lie that you kept going for 7 years. And you expect people to just trust you immediately. Like, it just tells me he's only honest when it suits him. Because again, he was monetizing and banking on it. He didn't want June the King to have the scoop that he was down from the raptors. He saved that shit for his own stream so people would watch it. Then he'd make the big announcement, and then he's like, why don't you trust me now? You have to earn the trust. You can't just say, I was honest then, guys, you gotta trust me now forever. Like, no, that's not how it works. And he has been lying. He doesn't understand Because he's like, guys, I told you guys I don't play mobile games. Bitch, you said you didn't play no mobile games for 7 years. And if he had to be honest to explain that he was down from the Raptors, you would think, right? He'd understand, oh, I did say I was playing mobile games during that time. Maybe like I should either be more concise about it now or whatever. Like, there's no reason. And even then, even after the down from the Raptors shit, he did say he was still playing the game. Like, nothing makes sense with this guy. He is constantly lying or just telling white lies and doesn't think that it's gonna amount to anything. Again, there's literally a Powerpuff Girls episode about this where there was a monster that formed out of white lies. And guess what? It would grow after every single white lie to symbolize. These of you now understand the story. It's very, very symbolic, guys. It's very, very avant-garde for people like him. But it symbolized that if you keep telling white lies, it will eventually add up to such a big lie, it's gonna, like, bite you in the ass at some point. That's the whole moral of the story. And DSP probably was like, I don't understand it, man. What does that mean? Huh? Because this guy just tells white lies. Because it's, like, not fully the truth, and it's not fully a lie. Like the fucking DMs. Yeah, Cat doesn't have cancer, okay? I didn't say that was a lie, but I also told the truth because there was a health concern. Wow, that's supposed to make you sound cool? This guy is so addicted to lying, and they get so butthurt when you don't believe him.
Or making ends meet and stuff like that. It was a really bad time in my life, to be honest, okay? It was very, very tough. Thank God I had my wife to help me get through that time and to be, be there for me behind the scenes. But it was very tough, okay? Now, fast forward to say, I would say maybe about 2 years ago. So let's say early 2024. Things were getting better, okay?
Right.
They had been getting better for a while. I was doing better in my streams and my content, and it wasn't as financially crazy tight anymore. And I was...
2024. That was when Final Fantasy Rebirth came out, right? Phil Burnell here, only was having a $50 tip stream. It is so, like, funny to me. He is doing this with us right now. Let's go to DSP Gaming Rebirth. Let's just let's just fucking go to a Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth video. Okay. This was 1 year ago. No way. Yeah, 2024. But this was when the dude, it's so. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's go to his playlist. Is it? We gotta go to the final part. The final part is the important part.
Okay.
Oh damn! It was this part. But wait a minute, guys. He got $50 because this was like around the time where he was looking for $50 a stream. Why did he drop the game? It made the minimum goal because he would keep adding to the amount. Like he would hit $50, then he would say, okay, $100. Oh, shout out Stalking Tiger, he was around since then. But this is like what he was doing back then.
Yep, here it is.
I gotta hear let's hear the rant.
Solid progress into the story, maybe even finish the story of Junon, which includes, if you remember the original game, some funny stuff, some stealth.
Yeah, that never happened.
Right? Some trickery. And then onwards.
Oh, he took his glasses off!
I want to say thanks to everyone who chilled with me today. A nice, relaxing stream of the game. Let me put it this way. I like the game a lot. It's not flawless. I think my one major complaint is second open world area felt very samey to the first. I like the location difference.
Right.
It moves around so fast.
Okay.
And then I couldn't aim for the...
Right.
Looking forward to more.
Oh. Looking forward to more. This is the final part. And I love the name. Then Fort Condor game begins. And then it ended. He never went back to this.
Oh. Another 100-hour gaming experience. Seriously. right?
He never went back to this fucking game. Hilarious. But this was back when finances weren't so tight, so why didn't he just finish the game? Oh, because it was gonna kill his channel. But you, like, come on.
I was coming out of this rut, basically. And I was still, you know, every once in a while struggling a little bit. And the thing was, like, you'd have times when, let's say something went wrong and all of a sudden I had to dump a bunch of money on something. Like something broke in the house and I had to pay for someone to come fix something. Now all of a sudden things would be tight again. I'd be like, oh my God, this sucks, right?
Nothing is broken now. I mean, and I'm just gonna make this prediction. If something else breaks, guess what? We're gonna hear about it. And he's gonna bitch about it. Like even back then, when something broke, he never really begged for money to make up for it. He would just bitch about it. And then when people are like, "Phil, you're begging to pay a repair or whatever the fuck," he'd say, "I'm not begging. I'm just saying it's annoying. It's bullshit." Or whatever the fuck. And that's gonna happen again. It's gonna always happen.
There was also the fact that around 2 years ago, early 2024, my setup was ancient. Okay, I was using a over 10-year-old PC to capture and stream. It was not up to snuff anymore, and people were upset that I was behind the times with my technology. My camera looked awful, right? The setup, the lighting. I was using a college-grade lamp, something you would use in a dorm room. I was using for light.
The lighting shit, it's really dumb. It's a really stupid, brain dead thing to say because he could have fixed that in like years. I mean, he didn't need a new PC to change the lighting. He just didn't want to do it because he didn't care. Straight up, he just didn't care. Because you're telling me the ring light was that expensive? Like, if he bought a ring light, he'd just go out of business? He bought a lot of pointless shit back then. Like, a lot of pointless shit. And now it's just getting worse. He's just buying more nonsense. And he's only doing it. And again, I just want to highlight this. He's only buying all this stuff to just perform as, see guys, I'm reinvesting. But there's no like logic or technique or anything to this. It's just, yeah, guys, I bought a new automaton. See, I care about my business. Like, okay.
For lighting here on my business every day. Okay, I was gaming on a TV that had input delay and was on the other side of the room. I was squinting and looking across.
This is stupid. Again, another brain dead thing. He bragged about that TV for years, and like he doesn't need one for the games he's been playing. He doesn't need it. Maybe for like PC games now, but Street Fighter 6, like a 60 hertz monitor is enough. 120, I think, is better because they could probably because I think like as far as when I play Street Fighter 6 on my TV, I would need to do the VSync shit where it's like you have like the screen tear and that's it to get like the best performance. But it's like that's it, dude. But whatever. And people were telling me to get a monitor for years. They were like, "No, I don't want it. No," and all this other bullshit.
Across over here to do my streams at 2 monitors that I had to the left of me and a laptop in front of me that was all, you know, small and crappy and just an awful setup, right? For someone who's professional, you should be doing better than that. You should be having better equipment. You should be doing out better quality stuff, and I just didn't have the means to do it, right?
Yeah, you did.
So things were...
He did have the means to do it. He did. He straight up did. He could have bought a ring light for years. He could have bought all these stupid RGBs years ago. But guess what he told us when he was talking about these RGB lights? I want to be different. I'm different. I don't want to do RGBs. He even like mocked green screens. And how long until he decides, yeah, maybe I should paint the walls green so it can be so I don't have these like weird artifacting or whatever the fuck.
Things were better where I wasn't really like 100% financially tight, but everything was just outdated and bad, and I was wondering how on earth I was going to turn that around for myself, because quite frankly, things just weren't going well enough for me to be able to afford these kind of improvements.
But he said that it was getting better each year. Like, hello? What about that?
Okay?
Okay.
Now I want you to fast forward to a few months ago. Okay? A few months ago, things have been a lot better.
Oh, we're just
I was able
ignoring the
to,
Kino arc,
through the
right?
generosity of others and through my own hard work, upgrade a lot of my set. You know, the PC that I'm using now for gaming is a donated PC. A fan donated that about a year and a half ago. Super high-end PC at the time.
Oh, wow, it was donated. So, he's sitting there like, oh, I couldn't afford anything. And then, the moment he could afford something, someone gifted him a PC, right? Wow, cool.
Time allows me to play everything at the highest settings, 4K resolution. Amazing upgrade. The capture streaming PC that I'm using, I bought for myself. And man, it allows me to co-stream on both YouTube and Kick. It allows me to stream at 1440p. I could actually stream at 4K, but then I wouldn't be able to co-stream it, you see? All these improvements, right, that have happened over the last year to year and a half or so, and people have really seen that improvement. All the technology and stuff that I'm now using, you know, actual
my
lighting and
God.
effort
No,
in my
these
sets.
suck. This sucks.
You know, actual effects now that I can use, which everyone has had for years and years, and finally I can use them. So now, you know, even my face cam during gameplays have dramatically improved. Everything better, right? But even then,
You know, it's funny, right? Before, people were dogging on him to get a green screen or whatever, but I've seen, like, over time, no one really cares. Like, I think you know, honestly, what it probably is that he kept bitching about, I don't know where to put my camera. Where did I put my camera? Oh my god, where did I put my camera? So people are like, okay, why don't you get a green screen? And like, you don't have to, like, think about this, like, ridiculously. And then he would rant about that. And now he actually gets it, so it's like, okay, whatever. But it never really mattered in the first place. You know what
there
I'm
were still
saying?
some limitations and things, and I was still tethered to the idea of having to have a financial goal every single time that I
No, he wanted to do that. He, like, the tips goal shit and then the king's goal stuff was stuff he wanted to do. And I said this before, all Aspen Gold shit proved is that he didn't need one, because you could even argue that he's not hitting his not goal, his criteria goal, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Now, more, oh my god, less times than ever before. And sure, that is right, that is correct. But let's even assume that it's actually, like, the same. Like, at least it's, like, the same. At most, he's missing more, or whatever the fuck. The fact that he's not hitting the goal as often as it was when he had the goals, and now he's, like, not panicking about hitting the goals, or whatever the fuck, then we truly never need them in the first place. He only did the goals because he, oh my god, dude. Like, he did stuff with Kino Casino. They blew his ego up to be the king. And he initially said that these goals were just to give him an idea of, like, engagement and all this stuff. So that's why it was like $50 a stream. If I get $50, that means the stream was successful. Then he ballooned it up to 150 or whatever. Then he did streaks because, you know, why not? Then he was like, I'm not going to do streaks. I'm going to do this. And then we can do incentives where we'll do DSP tries it every 10, then every 50 be a marathon, every 100 be a viewer's choice, whatever. Then he walked that back because he didn't want to do viewer's choice anymore. And now he does these marathons for free. He then stopped doing these. He tries it around goals at this time as well, and then just abolished them because Asmongold said that they were bad, and that's how he interpreted that entire interview. Like, these goals never needed to exist in the first place. If the fact is that he was considering the minimum $50 to be successful, then I would argue he never needed it even back then, because $50 for a streamer of his size is like nothing. It like, he could just trip over and get that money any other day. Like, that's easy money for him. And it's funny. Like, he was saying, like, oh, I was very tight on money. If anything, you could even say that it was more pathetic that he was considering $50 a successful stream. He never asked for more. Now that he's more successful, now he's looking for triple-digit amounts. And he panics when it's double-digit. Like if he ends a stream on $50, like he's just gonna drop that game immediately, and he's gonna say that nobody cared. I guarantee it.
That I turned on a camera. Okay? And that really, for me, was the one thing that really was driving me nuts. Because to be frank and honest with all of you...
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Because, look, if he had to do the goals, absolutely, like, he was forced to do it at gunpoint. Like, if he didn't do goals, Cat was gonna kill him or some shit, right? If that was the case, wouldn't he have said, guys, I know you guys don't like it, but I need these goals because I need to do this. But he never did. Like, think about it, right? Back when he was doing the vest streak, even, I want to say even the $50, he said he needed these goals because he had bills to pay and all this other stuff. Like, he said that there's all this important stuff. The moment that he started doing king shit, that was never a statement. He never said, I have bills to pay. Guys, I really need to pay my bills. He never did those kinds of begs when he did shit with Kino Casino and afterwards. That never happened. Like, it is insane to me that he is acting as if, like, he was going through a bankruptcy last year. But he wasn't. Like, this would make more sense if this was, like, right after the bankruptcy. But it's not. This was a year after he was, like, fucking rubbing his ass for getting the money he was getting. He was mocking everybody for being so successful. And then when people were like, oh, Phil, why did you stop the goals? We don't want the goals. You love the goals. Everyone loves the goals. This is hype. I'm just doing hype, okay? Hype, hype, hype. All this shit. And now it's, guys, these goals, I was forced to do them. I had to do them. When he never did. He never did. This is such bullshit.
I don't like sitting here talking about money, asking for contributions, saying we're so-and-so from hitting this street.
He still does this, though. He still does this. He does, but he does, again, all this is that he's just saying he doesn't do it directly like he did before. This is all semantics bullshit, because then he'll get say, Phil, you still do this, and if you're trying to explain, you have to, like, really explain it to him in like, stupid detail, because it's very clear he's looking for an amount. It's just he can't say it's a goal anymore, because we abolish goals, but it's still a goal in his mind. And it's like, this is dumb. So, like if I mean, even back then, you know what, I was debating doing this too, where I was gonna go to the other stuff after the Asmongold interview, but he said after the interview, well, if you guys keep giving me money, that I wouldn't have to beg, guys. Isn't that cool? If you guys keep giving me money and this and that, like, he still begs for engagement, viewership. Like, he begs for attention. That's basically all he does. He begs for them to, like, pay attention.
Streak of goals and this, you know, continuous streak that we've hit of success, and we need to hit this goal to do this special.
I guarantee, if we get to another point where people, if a game hits like $150, like back to back enough times, he will definitely bring up a streak. I guarantee it. Because this dude is so, like, piggy brained. He'll count the streaks again, but just not, like, as much as he did back then. But he'll always say, guys, will the streak continue?
Special event, or to do this, you know, the big thing was DSP tries it. We need to hit 10 goals, and then we're going to do a new DSP tries it. Or we're going to hit a certain amount of goals, we're going to do a marathon and stuff like that, right? It drove me nuts. I absolutely positively hated it. I want you to...
If he hated it, why didn't he convey that to his audience? Right? Because if he hated doing them, I mean, I get, as I said, it just shows that these goals were meaningless. And he never needed them in the first place. He's making less money now, consistently, than he did when he had the goals. But why would he need the goals back then? If he was okay with not needing the goals as much now, which I would even argue that's not even true. Because he's still kind like, oh my god, I don't know how to explain it. Because he still like pays attention to the engagement and all this stuff. Like he talks about that about Clear Obscure. Guys, Clear Obscure has been declining in support and attention and engagement. But I like, why doesn't he go back and finish the DLC then? If he likes the game so much. No, he can't because people were losing interest in it. Like all it is now is just it's just truly directly what everyone knows. It's whatever he wants to focus on. If like he wants everything all together, because in my mind, and like whatever, he talked about like having three things to judge in a playthrough: engagement, support, and viewership. The engagement like chatting, comments, whatever, and viewership, you know. But if he's doing a playthrough that gets like two of the three things, why doesn't he keep playing then? Because I would say, like, if it does, like, one of the three, then sure, that is, like, worth to drop. Like, it's no point in keeping the game if it has no viewership and no engagement, but it gets support. Like, yeah, that's, like, not worth keeping around. If it's just getting engagement, but no viewership, no, like, whatever, right? But if it's two of the three, you might as well keep playing it. But he brings up these three things, but if just one thing doesn't happen, he drops the game or considers dropping it. Instead of like saying if he gets two or more things. Like it just doesn't make sense. Because he wants to play games that makes money, but why can't he play Metaphor alongside these other games? Like how is Metaphor gonna kill the entire channel if it's being played alongside other stuff, Mr. Variety Man? Like, what about that?
I want you to understand that every moment that I had to do that stuff and talk like that and be like that, it's not me. Me, I want to be a guy that just sits here and chills with all of you, talks games, plays games, has a good time. And if anything, I certainly hope that has come through recently. Because now what I want to do is talk about the present, okay? Basically the last 2 months. Because as you all know, 2 months ago, I had my interview with Asmongold. In fact, it was 2 months ago.
This dude is either banning or he's just or he's like going through emails. This guy has the worst attention span. And it's so ironic because this guy will mock everyone else for having ADD. But this guy is super like unfocused. Because like, at least for me, I have the excuse because the monitor with the videos here and the camera's over here. So sometimes I may not look at the camera when I'm talking. But this guy is literally going through emails. Like, that's probably what's going on. Like, it's either just banning people or, like, oh, I gotta go through my Discord stuff or emails and do all this other stuff. Because he does stuff alongside because he doesn't care about his audience. Like, and I feel like if enough people like bitch about this, he's gonna try to focus on talking, and it's gonna be very weird again. Because this guy cannot be normal. He just can't. He's incapable.
If you're not aware, it was actually pretty much exactly 2 months ago, end of November, where I had to sit down with Asmongold and we talked and shot the shit for 2 hours, and we talked about me, but then we talked about games and we talked about all kinds of stuff.
And yeah, and he didn't care. Like, again, like what's ridiculous about DSP doing these interviews is how little he actually cares about what the guest has to say. Like, Wings explained to him what a depression game was to him, and DSP did not understand it. He didn't care because he was like, I can't believe Wings plays a game that he calls his depression game because he's depressed or whatever. Not that like he plays Dark Souls to keep his mind off of things that are depressing him. He plays it because he's depressed or whatever. Like, it was some weird thing that he was like kind of like misconstruing in an unfair way.
And basically what happened was, it gave opportunity for the world, and particularly a new audience who didn't even know me, to see me in a new light. They had only seen me as this toxic, negative meme on the internet, right?
And they didn't stick around.
Because of that, they didn't know what I stood for. They didn't know that I was actually well-versed and intelligent on gaming issues. They didn't.
How is this guy intelligent on gaming issues? How? This dude, like, he gets so butthurt about Nintendo ceasing and desisting people. Like, oh, I can't believe Nintendo's going after this guy who's offering an emulation of this game that they don't sell. It's bullshit. But then he'll go on in the same sentence say, Capcom just lets people use Fightcade. They should really go after that. They should stop Fightcade. Like, if Capcom ceased and desisted Fightcade and was very litigious about Fightcade, you think DSP is gonna call them out for it? No, he's gonna defend. At most, he'll say, "Yeah, it kind of sucks for the other games, and I understand that, but Capcom has the right to protect their property." And he'll like go on his knees and like lick their boots. But when it's Nintendo, he'll stand up for emulators and all this other stuff. But why is Capcom letting people emulate Fightcade? This dude has no intelligence, none. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to listen to the guy like go on and on, just fake concern about every single thing. He gives no shits about the developers that get laid off. He keeps saying that they should be laid off. He did a gaming segment. I don't know if it's in this podcast or another one. He was taught. It was the gaming news of I want to say Bethesda. Oh, I'm blanking on it. Oh, it's killing me. Maybe Ubisoft? I'm gonna say Ubisoft. But there was a news article saying that they were gonna do a massive restructuring and they're gonna lay people off. DSP started that off with, I think Ubisoft learned their lesson. They're actually gonna improve and come back. And then he does the fucking news story, and it's like all over the place. It's just nonsense. He says, oh, it's because of woke stuff. Like, he defended them canceling Prince of Persia. And it's like, they shouldn't have canceled that. It's a fucking PS2 game. Like, that would have sold some copies. But whatever. Like, it's nonsense. There's no intelligence in this guy's head about anything at all. He doesn't know anything in the landscape ever. And he also follows bandwagons. He's such a chicken shit. He can't really stand on his own. He's so odd about everything. Like, High Guard is a game that a lot of people are saying, oh, it's gonna be Concord 2, guys. It's gonna be Concord. That's like the most negative, like, reactionary point you can have about the game. Regardless if you think it's gonna flop, whatever. On the other end, there is a lot of people who are like, yeah, I don't think this game's gonna do well. There's been no marketing, which I think that's why it's gonna flop. A lot of people are gonna say it's because it's like Concord 2, which I don't know how you could get to that conclusion. Because, like, I mean, I guess it's in a sense it's like Concord because the hero shooter thing is kind of like an inflated category, and a lot of people are tired of hero shooters. But that's pretty much it. But it's also got little to no marketing. Like, it was there at the Game Awards, and that is it. And then it's coming out in like today as I'm recording this. Like, but it's also a free to play game, so it's a really bizarre game. Like, I kind of don't get this game, and that's all it is. And these are like, nobody knows about anything about this game. Nobody knows. And like, yeah, that's true. But there's nothing else that he's telling us about this game. Because he's that much of a drone. He doesn't look at indie games on his own and make a judgment call on anything. And the only indie games he plays is literal shovelware. Or like sim games. Like, it's been driving me up the wall when he's talking about RimWorld. He's like, yeah, RimWorld is an indie game. Look at these indie games, man. Fucking Hollow Knight's an indie game. But he does not include Hollow Knight into that discussion when he was talking about how RimWorld was losing interest. And he says, "Well, this is indie games. Indie games are more than that." And this guy talks about them as if they're only this like sim game. It's so annoying.
They didn't know what kind of games I played or you know what I mean? Like, they didn't know anything about me. All they heard was the negative memes. And I totally understand that. If you're someone who just sits around and you hear these memes from time to time, you believe them as fact. But after that interview, things went very differently for me. You know, I got exposure. I got almost 10,000 new subs within a week.
The exposure is literally nothing because his viewership is back to normal. He has said multiple times the YouTube subs is a meaningless metric because it doesn't mean anything, which it doesn't. Like, I have 2,000 something subs. Am I getting 2,000 views every video? No. I mean, I'm thankful for everything, obviously, but you know, it is what it is. But this dude will like shit on subs and then brag about him when it's used to boost himself.
I got new eyes on my content, people who were coming by and hanging out with me in droves for the first time ever. New increased viewership, new increased attention on my stuff, humongous support, right? And what's ended up happening in the last 2 months is quite amazing. Number one, engagement. And what do I mean by that? I mean that people who are coming by now are not just coming by to hang out, but they're also liking the videos. They're liking the streams. They're leaving comments. All right? And they, because of that...
All right, let's check the comments out. Let's check the comments out. Oh my god, I was afraid it was gonna actually, like, click sub. I hate these. I hate this Rimworld thumbnail. This must be a new meta for him because the last Rimworld stream, he did this and he's like, I'm angry, and then it's like, happy. But remember, guys, he doesn't do these thumbnails with his big cartoonish, ham-fisted face. He's not like Markiplier where he overacts on stream. He's not a piece of shit, right? But let's check the comments. Let's check the comments. 2 comments. Whoa. Okay, let's do newest. Whoa. Okay, let's go to Street Fighter. Yes.
All right, let's go. Let's play.
All right, let's go. Oh, wow. Look at all these comments. It is so comical to watch a grown man cry every time he loses. My 8-year-old nephew acts the same way when I beat him in Street Fighter 6. Wow, this guy doesn't let his nephew win? Wow, what a terrible uncle or aunt. Yeah. Your exes are hilarious. Wow, he's better than LTG. Whoa, look at all these comments. Maybe the likes he's right in, guys. Maybe he's right that likes are exploding in popularity.
That the channel is doing much better. A channel that gets views is one thing. A channel that actually gets engagement is another. In the eyes of YouTube and its algorithm.
You know, it's funny. Like, Meerkat uploaded a video this day that he did this stream, and like, I think he was saying that like he didn't really like get anything, and he's on a downward trend again or whatever. And then like after that video was uploaded, this podcast happened. It really makes me wonder if either DSP or one of his flying monkeys watched the video, was like, Phil, the trolls, they're saying you're on a downward trend, time to own the trolls. So he's like, okay, I will own the trolls.
Engagement is everything. Okay, I want you to understand that. Like, without engagement, the YouTube algorithm kind of discards your channel or hides it, and it won't show up in related or anything like that. And the fact that now people are actively going out of their way to do these positive things for the channel is helping tremendously.
But see, this is kind of gaming the system. If they're doing it just for the sake of doing it, and not for, I don't know, wanting to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I want you to know that I really appreciate it because it is helping a lot around here. And that engagement is having this channel pop up. People are leaving comments. Oh, I saw this in my suggested for the first time ever. And another thing that's really happened as a result.
People were saying this literally for years. Years they were saying this to him. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Now he's saying, because he thinks the Adam bump was a concrete bump to him. And it was a whatever bump, honestly.
I am seeing people go back and check out my classic stuff. For the first time in tons of years, I'm getting comments on playthroughs that didn't have a single comment. I'm getting views on stuff from ages ago that people weren't watching, and now they're watching in droves. I'm like, wow, this is absolutely amazing that people are going back and discovering this giant catalog of content that I have had on this channel for so long.
Whoa.
Right? So long.
It's funny just saying this when, like, back when DSP gaming was banned for spam in 2018. It was a very, like, funny time because I never saw that happen to anybody that I watched. I've never seen a channel get destroyed like that until it happened to DSP. And he was telling us at the time that a lot of his money that he makes was off of the legacy of content. Like, think about that. He was like, because people were telling, like, why don't you just stream on Twitch, Phil? You know, time to move to Twitch. Do this. And he's like, you guys, you don't understand. Yeah, this is my job and livelihood, but I made a lot of money with my legacy content. Like, he kept bragging about it. And then, like, that magically went away when all that drama went away. We just stopped talking about that. And now he's back to saying they're watching my old content. As I said, I do feel that people still go back and watch old content regardless. Like, I'm sure people are watching my older videos anyway. That just happens. And this dude is like, wow, man, they're like, that's probably been happening for years. But guess what? He took those views for granted because they didn't matter. But now they matter because it's to prove a point. See how much DSP cares about the current audience or the long-time audience? So these people are getting glazed the fuck out of from Phil, but in a few years time, they're not gonna mean anything to him. And it'll be another wave of people that are gonna matter. It really is like that meme about kids. You have like your firstborn, and they're like, oh wow, mommy and daddy love me. Then they're like, okay, we're gonna have another kid, and then he's like, they're gonna neglect me, and it's gonna be about my younger sibling more. Oh my god. And then but instead of it actually being like, the kids overthinking it, and actually the parents like love both or whatever the fuck, the parents will legitimately ignore the older kid and focus on the newer one. That's how DSP treats his audience. He will literally just straight up ignore the longtime fan, the people who've been there the longest, for the new one, until the longtime fan says, "Hi Phil, I've been here since the dawn of time. I love you." And he's like, "Wow, you're that long of a fan. That's amazing."
But no one watched it because all everyone heard is that Phil was a schlub and Phil was a bum and Phil's a guy that dresses up like an idiot, like a clown, and he begs for money and he.
Nobody. Literally nobody. Maybe only Mudahar, because Mudahar was made aware of the vest streak or whatever. But nobody gave a fuck about him wearing vests. Nobody talked about it nearly as much as he thinks they do. It was really only the trolls that were bringing it up, and it was just it's up because, in the grand scheme of things, nobody will care about you putting on vests. The only reason why trolls made a big deal out of it was just the funny way that he was monetizing it.
And he talks about the goals all day, and it's funny because that's the impression people get. But every single time someone came by to my stream just to hang out, they'd be like, "I don't know what the hell people are talking about."
This is really, oh my god, this is so funny. This is so funny because he said that. Because listen to the beginning of this.
Idiot, like a clown, and he begs for money, and he talks about the goals all day. And it's funny because that's the impression people get. But every single time someone came by to my stream just to hang out, they'd be like, "I don't know what the hell people are talking about."
So this was going on for ever. People say, "Phil, they said you beg every second, and you don't do it that much, so you're cool." And then he's like, "Yeah, man, see, they give me a chance." But then when Asmongold sees the clip, wow, this guy begs. Yeah, Asmon, you know what? Slurpy. He fucking was on his back for Asmongold because it was a successful pignotizing session. So dude was like, well, you see, you understand, Asmon, people love me and my content. And then Asmon was like, okay, man, whatever. It was really the most whatever interview. I barely remember it. That's how much of a nothing burger it was. Like, I don't even remember how they even handled the begging segment. Let's just go to it. Unfortunately, I will have to give him a view. Unfortunately.
This is one of the biggest ones.
How on earth can he just be like, oh no, it's gaming is the slump. That's what's going on. Like, dude.
Okay, we're talking about games. I don't
Apologize to you. Like, what do you think it would take?
There is a way that I would go.
What?
I'm not here to appease these people because these people are never going to come to my stream and don't specifically remember when I was doing it the first time. But I think that was actually one of the puzzles I did have problems with in the game. I believe so. Yes.
So you did. All right.
Yeah.
So I mean, there was that, and also like I mean, sometimes like you've gotten mad at Elden Ring. I think that the majority.
Oh my god, this is like so annoying. So you get mad at video games? Wow, guys. Gamer gets mad at video games.
His stuff to find things that he's said and done. They have bad memes,
support,
things, the child support joke, and all of that. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
you know about it even?
Yeah, of course.
Who in the lolcow universe deserves to be in the universe? The lead.
Oh my god, dude! This interview is so bad.
Again, I've changed the amounts. No, I've changed the amounts over the year. I've done streams with just 100.
With
$300 goal, like 2 streams of 150. That was definitely this year.
2 years ago, right? I mean, it was 2 years ago, and so I mean, like, when did you start doing it?
The $300 goal, like 2 streams of 150. That was definitely this year. Now, previously, I've tried other things. I've tried. I've done streams with just 100.
Video with the title that says that you've been doing it 2 years ago.
Well, again, I've changed the amount.
Lying?
No, I've changed the amount.
Oh my god!
Sometimes it was 100.
I don't even think they talk about his begging. They just talk about goals, guys. So you had a goal back then, and then like, yeah, man, I changed the amounts.
There's times that it was 200. It's gone up and down based on what the market will bear, essentially.
Oh my god, market will bear. Oh, okay.
You know, like
I hate that market will bear it. Fucking
you
bash your head into the
mic. You gotta
mic.
see what people are willing to support with. You know what I mean?
So this is so. Oh my god, man! I can't. It's insane. It's insane. He says this shit. So he had a goal that was $50, and then he's like, "Yeah, man, I just gotta go with the market will bear it." So I increased it to $100. Then no, actually I'm wrong. It went from 100, then it went to 50, then it went to 150. So I guess nobody was willing to pay $50, which is not true. There were people that were willing to pay for it, and then he increased it to 150 for I don't know. Well, now he was a hot commodity, so you had to pay more because he was hot because of the Keto Casino stuff, obviously, and then that's where we are.
And for the record, you're talking about the ad revenue thing. Do I have ad revenue right now? Yes, I do. Is it anywhere near what I used to? Okay. Everyone knows DSP. Everyone watches DSP. They just don't watch DSP on DSP Gaming. They watch it everywhere else. So I don't make anything when you watch me. You know what I mean? Like, so DSP Gaming. I was making. They restream it live.
About you.
Oh yeah.
Darts from Turkey Tom. It's a 2. This is longer than.
Oh my god, dude! There's like nothing in here.
Like how like what percent you get it half the time?
I would have to analyze. And you're like, well, do you actually know the truth behind what you're saying about Phil? They'll be like, well, because if you and they don't like that I am. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
What? I mean, they really are upset about the fact that you are you. They don't like that.
They don't like me, and they don't like that I am. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
So how?
This is such. Oh my god, this is so stupid. Fuck this interview, man. Like this is way worse than what I fucking remembered. It may be more tolerable to watch it like from start to finish, but it's just annoying because it's just like, Phil, wow, a lot of people hate you. Yeah, man, they hate me, man. It's crazy. So this video says you had goals. Yeah, I had goals. I did with the bracket will bear. I looked at the finances. I was like this. It was never happened. He just made a fucking random number up. Fuck this guy. Like it is insane how much he fucking praises that interview. And it's so obvious. All Asmongold did was just look at fucking detractor videos and not even go that deep. It's like, so this video says that you had goals. What's up with that? So you played Elden Ring and you got mad at Elden Ring. Wow. I see why he doesn't do a lot of guests. I'm starting to see why.
Talking about. That's not the entirety of his streams. Yeah, he'll do calls to action every once in a while, and he'll question people get.
But like he made it a big deal that people that like Asmongold made him aware to like not beg as much or whatever. Blah blah blah. Which I was trying to find desperately, but I can't really find it in that interview. Like it is so fucking dumb, man. I fucking hate this fucking guy when it comes to this. Like it's insane. It's just insane. I can't figure it out.
But every single time someone came by to my stream just to hang out, they'd be like, I don't know what the hell people are talking.
So that because like the whole reason why that even happened was because Aspen was like, wow, he's begging so much. Even when you look back, this whole thing was bullshit. It started off with him like watching Phil get butthurt about not hitting a goal, and then like taking away highlighted messages, then treating his audience like shit. And then it was like, wow, he's a beggar. And then he's like, you gotta call me a beggar? Talk to me, bitch. And then he talks to him, and then I was like, yeah, you know, I think I was begging too much, man. And now he's like, Sinner's like, yeah, I don't do that much. People came by and so I didn't do it. So why did he get so butthurt about it then? Right? And why did you like? You know, we could do this. Let's go to the update video that you did right after this. Maybe that's a good place to start. Let's do update because it should come up. Oh my god, I thought I'd do newest to oldest by default, dude. This is bullshit. Okay, maybe changes. Oh my god. Dude, do I have to like really scroll down? Oh, here we go.
What is up, everyone? DSP here, and wow.
Oh my god. His videos, they like explode when I fucking watch them. We're just gonna do 720p. We don't need 1080p, Phil.
What is up, everyone? DSP here, and wow. What a different feeling this morning. What a different situation. Today is Tuesday, the 25th of November.
Okay,
I usually start talking with my audience.
Jesus Christ.
As it appears they definitely are. Then maybe we can change things up a bit.
Oh my god, this is an hour long. I didn't know it was an hour.
I feel good changes.
I thought it was 30 minutes.
You're in the right place. I think it's loading. I think it's loaded, but now we have to see, you know, how far.
Oh my god.
Just as long as your happiness doesn't mean that you're stepping on other people.
What?
My philosophy has always been this: to each their own. You do you. Be happy. Just as long as your happiness doesn't mean that you're stepping on other people. Be happy with your life.
That's why I did the
nuke
stream, right?
I don't care what race, what creed, what gender, what religion, what denomination.
Okay.
Be happy.
Be happy. Love each other.
Okay, Narwhal Panic. Thanks for to temper your expectations. It's also like self. Because of all the stuff that I've been going through on YouTube with the algorithm, with the troll, I'm able to play a bunch of games, whatever I want. Which is I forget which. You are already in history. No matter if people want to see only.
Okay, I give up, dude. You can't watch this dude's content. You can't. You can't get to the point of any fucking video. You turn on a video and it's like a fucking preamble for like ever, and you'll never know what the fuck you're watching. The special update, and I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. It is just straight up like, alright guys, don't step by each other, love each other. Okay, someone super chatted me. Like, get to the fucking point, dumb fuck.
talking about. That's not.
I swear, sometimes when I do my videos, I think I'm bad, and I go all over the place. But I don't feel I'm as bad as this guy.
The entirety of his streams. Yeah, he'll do calls to action every once in a while, and he'll say, hey, you can support this way, or he'll...
So then why were you buttered about Asmongold calling you a beggar if you still checked out your content back then? And he was making money before that! And then these people came by, and then he went back to his old ways anyway. Because he doesn't consider saying, guys, let's get a tip, we haven't got anything on Kick lately. Like, he doesn't consider those begs because he's not, like, begging on his knees or whatever the fuck. And even back then, even during the 150 goals that he was doing and shit like that, he would say begging and saying, alms for the poor. Oh, like, these ridiculous things. And it's like, no shit. You're not sitting there on your knees saying, guys, whatever. But when you're sitting there, like, harassing your fucking audience about, guys, we need to hit that, guys, it's been slow. I hope we can pick it up. And then over and over. What do you think people are gonna fucking feel about it? Like, instead of just saying, guys, support the stream or whatever, he goes into absurd amount of detail to support him. It's like, he really thinks that nobody knows how to use the internet.
To mention a goal, but never was that ever the entirety of a stream, as what people say it is. You know, it's always a gross misrepresentation. And so, honestly, yeah, it was the Asmongold exposure that allowed me to be seen in a new light, okay? Now, listen, the Asmongold exposure didn't last, and what I mean by that is you're never going to get those people to stick around unless you say, do content like Asmongold. And let's be honest, I don't do content like Asmongold, right?
He tried with the nuclear stream, and I also want to say this because it's kind of funny. It didn't hit me until like the following day or whatever when I think someone in his chat said like, "Oh, Phil, I saw the video where you dropped the nuke." Oh, that's something else. Okay. Or whatever, and he said, "Yeah, I dropped the nuke or whatever the fuck," right? And I'm sitting there like, the only content creator that literally calls that kind of content a nuke was fucking H3H3. And it's like he really stole that naming scheme from him. Like, let's even go to the actual stream. Let's see. Yeah, DSP goes nuclear. Like, this is literally like a pun on fucking the content nuke that H3H3 does. Like, it's the same kind of like format. And it's like, yet again, DSP just proves to the world that he has no originality. Nothing. Everything comes from everyone else. The Devoom from PPP, or at least he got the idea from PPP. RGB's every other streamer, because he will say, well, why do you want me to get rid of the RGBs? Every other streamer has it. And then the level 1 came from Keemstar. Like, everything comes from other people. The only thing original is King, and that's not even an original name. Like, King is basic bitch energy. Like, that's so vanilla.
Right? I don't. I do gaming, mostly gaming. I'm not talking about current events. I'm not talking about politics and drama. I'm not feuding with other YouTubers. You know what I'm saying?
But he tried that. Why were you hounding LTG to get attention from him if you didn't want to feud with other YouTubers? And what was DSP politics? I mean, yeah, he's not doing genuine politics right now, but come on.
I'm not doing any of that. I'm actually sitting here every day, chilling with the audience, relaxing. I'm trying to make an honest take at just not having this kind of toxicity, this kind of drama content. What I want to have is just fun and chill, relaxing times with all of you every day.
So then why did you say that you may do the nuclear streams every so often? Like, it's so obvious what he wants to do with these stupid like drama streams. He wants to save them, like he wants to do them like infrequently. I'd predict once a month at least, but or at most I should say. And at least he'll do it whenever like support's super duper slow and he's desperate for attention. Because that's all it is. Is just, and he says, well, I didn't want to schedule ahead of time because then the trolls will ruin it. How the fuck was trolls gonna ruin that stream? Think about it. He was gonna watch another stream of someone else's detractor. And then even then, He only wants to save it last minute so he can get the drama attention. Guys, I'm changing my stream. We're gonna go nuclear. That's what he wants to do. He wants to keep doing this artificial hype because this dude is so lame and corny.
Okay? And I hope that that's coming through.
And
I hope
I've
that you
noticed this like weird like surge in like streams, content creators, streamers, content creators, VTubers, whatever the fuck you want to call all these people. They are now doing this fake shit on stream. I mean, I'm not gonna necessarily be toxic because a lot of it is just in good fun. Like Mega 64, for example. Like right now they're doing like the room stream where Rocco is like locked in a room and they do shit to him like here and there. It is like scripted. There's like improv and stuff like that baked in, but that's at least like harmless fun where it's like, yeah, this is like some of it's like scripted or a general idea of what they want to do during the stream, but there is like a fun aspect to it, and it's, you know, whatever. Like that's like tame and fine because it's like, you know, it's entertaining and shit like that. Then you got like stuff that's like, you know, Lolcow Live, where it's like stuff is going on and maybe some of it is like genuine, but some of it's also scripted, like this kind of stuff, and this is happening more and more and more. And DSP is, I want to say DSP is like trying to capitalize on that in a very DSP way, where it's low effort, low energy, and no planning. Like it's to the point where it's like, why even do this, right? Like, why bother? He should just do his usual content. Like, he can't hang with these other people that have more creative input into this thing. Like, again, like, Mega 64's room thing is way more creative than whatever the fuck he would come up with. Just saying.
that you guys are seeing and having that and enjoying it. The thing is, I know you are. Because again, like I said, the engagement is up. And particularly, all right, views.
And it's just him doing the same shit and like, you know, whatever.
On certain content are up. I've been able to now do things like, for example, go back to Clear Obscure, which I never would have been able to do in the past, and actually do all that content that I had missed out on.
That's not wholly true, in my opinion, because he was open to the idea long before Asmongold like wanted to go on his stream, like long before. He said, "Well, if you guys want, we could do it as like a night stream, and it could be like a bonus shit or whatever the fuck, if you guys want." And clearly his audience they either didn't want it or they didn't care enough to even ask for it. And then he only did it because he was like, oh, Asmongold loved Clear Obscure. It was really weird and bizarre. And then like he waited for the Game Awards to give it some hype, and then he did it after that. To like it's all artificial. And he wants to say it's because of Asmongold and all this, which isn't true, because if that's the case, why did he wait until the Game Awards to do it? Like, I don't know.
On and had wanted to play all year, I was able to go and do it, right? I was able to.
And if he wanted to do it all year, why didn't he like say that? He never talked about it. He said, "Oh, if you guys want to, I'd be open to it." That's all he said about it. He never said, "I want to."
Basically, for the first time in my entire time that I'd been streaming, jump from project to project, game to game, not have to worry about, oh, well, I have to buy this new game and jump a bunch of money on.
He said this, but when he looked at the price for season 3 of Street Fighter 6, $30. That's his reaction. That was his reaction. And now he's telling you, well, it doesn't matter. But this guy has complained about games being like $30, DLC or whatever. He has complained about like other indie games. Like, why doesn't he buy other indie games? And when he does these stupid dumb fuck events, he plays demos. Like the last marathon event he did, he got demos of games. Yeah, I got the demo of this. I got the demo of that. Didn't want to buy it. Why don't you buy the game? Why buy the demo? Why not even buy the demo? He just gets the demo. And then he looks like on Game Pass. Like, why don't you just buy the games?
On it, and I have to worry about, oh, you know, because I bought this game, now we have to play it in its entirety because I can't afford to do otherwise. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that anymore. In fact, it's quite the polar opposite, where now I'm free, much like many other
But it is insane to me. I've said this for years. When he was tight on money and all this other bullshit, why didn't he just play indie games? At the time, those were cheap as fuck, and he could have played them. But he paid $60 to $70 during this time frame to play new games. Like, I guess you could argue that the potential of the new game would make up for the price, but it's a bigger gamble than buying an indie game where you could just kind of trip and fall over and get the money back easily. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
other creators over the years that you guys have always compared me to, and I kept telling you guys, well, don't compare me to this guy or that guy, because we're definitely a different situation. You have to understand that because of my limitations of what's going on here.
He keeps saying don't compare him to other streamers, but it's like, who does he want to be compared to? Kekken? He wants to be compared to Kekken. Right.
Financially, that I'm not able to do the things that they do. And a lot of people didn't understand that. And we're like, I don't get it. Why can't you just buy this game and play it today? Why can't we play this game, and if you don't like it, go to another?
That's not true. That is, oh my god, this is silly. Listen to this.
Here, financially, that I'm not able to do the things that they do. And a lot of people didn't understand that. And we're like, I don't get it. Why can't you just buy this game and play it today? Why can't we?
He's acting as if that happened. That may have happened, like, only once. And that's not even true. Like, it happened with Dragon Quest Builders. Like, he was like, guys, I can't afford this game, man. I can't afford it, man. I don't know, man. And it's like, really, dude? And then he ended up playing it anyway. Then there was that, oh my god, what was it? Like, there were a few times, but it was only because there was like 3 games coming out at once. That has not happened in a long time. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? I think it's funny.
You play this game, and if you don't like it, go to another one, right? Because that was the
And he has dropped games even back then. It's just he does it more now than ever before. It's kind of funny that he thinks it's okay now to waste money. It really shows that he never really learns. Like, you would think that, like, during times of, like, low income and this, that, it would be, like, a moment of realization of, like, oh, I should save money more. I should be, like, whatever. I should be more smart with my money or whatever. He gets a lot of money and just spends a lot of it. And it's like, you can really convince yourself in any which way. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
the thing that kind of differentiated me. You knew
But
if I was playing a game,
whatever.
that usually I would always finish it. But that's not always a good thing, particularly
Yeah, like Yakuza Kiwami. He finished that game, right, guys?
if you buy a game that's just mid, and then you play it a little bit, you're like, wow, this is boring, but now I'm sticking myself and committing myself to having to finish this entire game, and now the audience has stuck with it, because maybe you guys don't like it so much, but now I'm telling you, I'm going to be streaming it for 2-3 weeks, right? Well, that's not good. I'm streaming not for me, but for you. I'm trying to stream to entertain.
He
and
literally dropped games before. Dude, there's a reason why Final Fantasy VII Rebirth never got finished. Come on.
audience, right? And so you have to understand that, like, I'm only here to entertain. I'm not here for myself. If I want to play a game offline, I can.
But then you could literally look at the list now of games he dropped, and you'll notice a very interesting, reason to why these games get dropped. And it's never about the game.
I don't have to play it all on stream. So because
Like, he dropped Hades 2, but his audience didn't seem to hate the game. The audience was kind of like vibing with it, but he did a stream of Hades 2 during like the Dented Zone thing, and he gave that game one chance. He gave Hades 2 one chance. Meanwhile, you have fucking Clear Obscure that got declining views throughout the remainder of the third act, and he just kept going with it. And we still have not seen the other ending on his stream. He never did the other ending. And it's like ridiculous. There's 2 endings on this fucking game, and at the time, when he beat it the first time, someone told him a very easy way to see the other ending. He never did it. It would have taken him like 5 minutes. He never did it. And now, he loaded before that fight, he would have to do the final boss fight again. But he'll never do it. He'll never do it.
Because of that, yeah, I now I see things in a different light. You know what I mean? But that's because of you guys. Because this last couple of months, all right, have been so good.
I mean,
here's the truth of the matter, and here's where it really comes into play, as a matter of fact that no one can dispute. Okay, so 2 months ago, I had my interview with Asmongold, and the interview, like I said, went well. And what happened was, I said, as of right now, because of the positivity that has happened, I'm abolishing all goals on streams. We no longer are going to have some kind of an arbitrary goal that I'm trying to hit on any stream.
Notice, again, he says it's arbitrary, but in the fucking Asmongold stream, I calculated the goals. There was a mathematical decision based on the market and if it will bear it. And now it's an arbitrary goal. Like, dude, do you want me to fucking hate you? Like, it's so obnoxious to fucking tell other dumb fucks, yeah, you would do, marketing, it was a market bear it, will people be willing to pay for the goal? And now it's an arbitrary goal, dude. Whoa. And again, he didn't need the goal in the first place. He only did it because he just wanted to beg. He's a fucking begging goblin. And then, like, Asmongold gave him the courage to decide that he doesn't want goals anymore. Because he's making a lot of money. Now he's making less money, comparatively. And it's okay, because guess what, gang? He never needed it. Again, if $50 in only tips was enough to consider a successful stream, he never needed 150 that badly. Like, come on.
Stream, all right? Instead of that, I'm just going to relax and chill with the audience, and we're going to play games and have fun. And we're going to judge it on things like how many people show up, how much engagement, and yes, I'll look at support as well, but it's good.
Yeah, all this is just, now he's just not gonna say it directly, he'll just, like, coerce you more. Yeah, God, like, as I said, he'll direct you to one thing, then when that gets it, they'll direct you to another thing, then when that's it, he'll direct you to another thing. It's all directing you to do all of the above. It's not, nothing is ever enough for him. He always wants more. If you give him tips, guess what, bitch? He wants super chats now. Okay, now you give him super chats. Okay, dumb fuck. He wants kicks. Okay, you did kicks, good. Now it's fucking memberships. Pay up. Oh, now, okay, you did memberships, good. Now he wants fucking subs on Kick. Okay, now you gotta like the stream. Now you gotta comment. Now you gotta get other people to watch it. Like, it's all of the above. Over and over and over. Again, if 2 of the 3 things are fine, why not go off of that? Right?
But it's going to be a factor that we consider when it comes to what games we play and what games we don't. Okay? And as soon as I announce...
And guess what? And guess what, gang? That was a consideration anyways. Before fucking Asmongold sucked his dick, DSP was sitting there like when he would drop a game, people were like, well, you dropped the game and you didn't get support. Like, no, I didn't drop the game because of support, dumb fuck. Nobody in chat cared about it. Nobody showed up. Everyone was bored. He has said this about so many games before any of this. And now he's like, yeah, guys, I made the decision. This is what we're going to judge games on. This was what he was judging games before. He even talked about this around the release of Dragon's Dogma 2. This has been a thing for years. And this is yet again him repackaging fucking rants again. This is just... He has now incorporated other people in the same cycle as DS Positivity. This is just another iteration. It's the same shit.
This, right? Immediately there was a clamor and there was all this ruckus within my detractor communities. Oh, no. Phil's always been about financial goals. Phil's always been about asking and begging for money. There's absolutely no positive way at all that this will ever stick. So first it was, oh, this won't last more than a week.
DSP, in the same stream, said that the Aspen crowd wasn't gonna stick around. Actually, Phil, when the troll said this wasn't gonna last, they were talking about the Aspen crowd. And the amount of support, and it didn't stick around. Like, dude, we have eyes.
And it did. And then it was, oh, this won't last more than 2 weeks.
So what happened to why were you asking for more money in Street Fighter 6? He was asking for more money in that game. Hello?
It did. And then it was, oh, this won't last till Christmas, but it did. Oh, this can't last past Christmas into the new year, but it did. Oh, this can't last another month. So now we're 2 months.
There has been literal streams where he was talking about slow support and engagement and views and all this shit. Let's even go back to, oh my god, this isn't the video tab, this is the stream tab. Let's see if I could find a game he played that he then dropped. Technically he dropped Pokemon, but whatever. I mean, that's neither near here or there. He dropped Arc Raiders, I think. I don't think he's ever going back to that game. Let's see. He dropped Quarantine Zone. That's dropped. Because of low engagement support. So if it was gonna keep lasting, why did these games fall off? Because they were there for the game at first. Oh, but it's the game, Phil. It's the game, Theo. That's what's going on here. All right.
Into this. Okay? 2 months. Into no goals. No sitting here trying to hit an arbitrary total every stream. Instead, we're just relaxing and enjoying each other's company and enjoying games, right? First off, can we all agree that it's much better? I think we can, right? Without me saying, let's hit the goal and let's get some subs and let's get this and that constantly.
He does talk about it, though. He does bring up giving him support.
I think it's just a much better atmosphere. We can focus on the games. We can focus on discussion. We can do more fun stuff. Because it's not about me sitting here pounding the audience saying, give me money, give me money, give me money, right? Now, the thing is, you might say, well, you don't have the goals for 2 months. Well, how are things going? It must be going, well. They are. No, that's actually the truth. Things are going incredibly well. In fact, the last 2 months, things have been going better than before I had the goals.
Again, $50 was a successful stream to this guy. And that's only in tips. Like, this means nothing because nobody is saying when people were saying that this wasn't gonna last or whatever, that could just very much mean literally the Aspen crowd or the amount of money, and people can look at the amount not being like hitting goals all the time. But even then, nobody was saying that DSP was gonna be homeless. He's acting as if trolls were saying, guys, DSP's gonna be homeless now. He's gonna lose his house. He's gonna lose everything right now. Nobody said that. Nobody, like it's always a revolving door, and he's still being carried by one guy. Lance Catamaran is the only person carrying the fucking kick chat. If Lance Catamaran were to self-explode the next day, he would lose a whale. But there's always another one to come back in. Another one will take his place. All the time. And it's always random accounts that show up to carry the stream. And he's sitting there saying, yeah, guys, I'm successful. Why don't you get more than one fucking person to carry your ass, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like when I was sitting here hounding the audience constantly, people would see me in a negative light and not want to contribute. And now what's happening is people are...
So if nobody wanted to contribute when you were pounding the audience, why did you keep pounding them then? This doesn't make sense. See, this is going off of a string of consciousness. He really did not think this through. He just told us, yeah, guys, I had to do the goals to encourage people to support. Yeah, nobody wanted to support because I was pounding you with support. but you were hitting the goals when you were pounding them with support. Huh?
People are naturally coming by and becoming regulars and enjoying this stuff and supporting in droves. So because of that, I'm able to be just as good.
Again, he's literally ignoring all the people that were supporting him before. All these people didn't exist. Fuck you. Eat shit, dude.
As I was before when I had the goals, if not better, and I don't have goals. All right? And it's amazing. Now understand that, again, this is a factor.
Exactly.
Because there's
what was abolished was you asking for support. You have twisted it into no rewards and goals, but it was asking for money originally. That is true. That is why people were calling him a beggar. Not because he had goals, but it's funny. Because in the past, he has said beggars have goals and all this other shit. He has said a lot of things that he became eventually down the line. But that is exactly true. That's why Asmongold was making fun of him, because he was like, okay guys, if you want the fucking things back, you gotta support the stream. Let's hit the goal. And all this stuff. Like, he was weaponizing the goals and all this stuff. Asmongold was calling him a beggar because of that behavior. And this dude was like, yeah, I got rid of goals, guys. I got rid of them. Praise me. Because he never views asking for support as intrinsically bad. Nobody is saying that he can't mention goals. He can't mention support at all, but it's just the amount of time it takes him to say how he can support him and the amount of times he asks for it is what people are finding annoying now. And he doesn't get it.
because there's other factors as well when it comes to the success of a game or content.
And it's nothing anyway. He's in the same stream. He said, yeah, people would hear that and they check out my content and then realize I didn't do that all the time. So it never really mattered. This is yet again him just performing. This is all a performative gesture. Yeah, guys, I learned my lesson, but I never did it anyway. Like, this is all fake. It's the fakest this guy has ever done. Like, that's why it is whiplash. You listen to this, then you go here, and it's like, he sounds way more genuine, where it sounds more ludicrous for me to say in this video that this is disingenuous, when he was. But it is way more honest here than it was now. Right now, he is super cartoonishly clown mode to disingenuous. Listen to this.
Right. Thank you for that. Especially now. I said this on the pre-stream, but I'll say it again now because some people will not watch the pre-stream, and I know that. Right now is a very critical time for me. Next month, in the month of July, I have to work with my lawyer. First of all, pay my lawyer a lot of money to retain him. But my lawyer is going to work with the federal government to work out a payment plan for back taxes for me, okay? This has already been established, but as you know, I filed for bankruptcy at the very end of, all right? It makes me feel like people grew with me. That this whole thing, I've told you guys how I've become a better person, you know? Admittedly...
Listen to this. Like, honestly, people at the time were calling this a performative crocodile tears. That's what people were saying about this. But if you layer this with today, this sounds so genuine. That is how far DSP has fallen into this fucking performative grift. It is genuinely insane.
For example, are people actually coming every stream and showing up and hanging out? Are people coming and talking about the game and actively having a great time? And engaging with the content, meaning they're liking it, they're leaving comments, they're doing all that stuff.
We are hearing this
I'm playing
again.
a game, and maybe one of those three things isn't jiving, and I ask the audience about it, and we make a determination.
That never happens. That never happens. Only on the rare occurrence, the rare chance, if it's a game he doesn't like, he's willing to drop for any other reason.
And that's the thing, like, it's always going to be like that, where you have to have some kind of a criteria to judge if something's working or not, or else, again, what's the point of me streaming? I could just be playing everything offline by myself and just playing what I like and not caring about anything else. So understand, it's not that,
So why doesn't he try Metaphor? Why didn't he try Metaphor again? Like, the other thing is, he never tries the game more than once. Like, I'm not saying to keep trying games, forever, but, Hades 2, for example, had one bad night. One bad stream, and that was enough to doom the game. All these other bullshit games get all these chances, but Hades 2 gets fucking written off immediately.
Oh, well, support is not a factor. No, it is a factor. But also there's other factors that are intangible or not as arbitrary that also factor into things. And the thing is, with this new mentality that I have, I'm now able to go and do things that previously I wasn't able to do. Particularly, the one thing that I want to bring up, okay, is Clair Obscure Expedition 33. So this was one of my favorite playthroughs of 2025. And I went through playing, having a great time, all right, enjoying this game. But man, it was so hard to retain an audience for it. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like if it's an action game or it's a horror game or if it's a game that's like online multiplayer, it's a lot easier. Any game that's more of a slow burn style game or, you know, that kind of game, it's so hard to retain an audience in the market.
It's so, like, man, it's pissing me off. He's calling slow games slow burns. Slow burns is not what fucking Clair Obscure is.
And one of my biggest regrets of the last year was that I only played through Act 1, Act 2, and the story finale, and literally never touched any.
Nobody complained about this. I don't know what he's talking about. Nobody was like, if anything, people are complaining that he was doing the side missions. He got more complaints about the side missions than anything else. And he's like, yeah, no, everyone was complaining that I wasn't doing it. That's not what I remembered. I remember people were upset that he was doing the side missions.
Of the content of Act 3 of Clair Obscure. Seriously, I touched none of it. I just skipped it. And most people who loved the game actually went back and played it, and I didn't. And that killed me. That absolutely killed me. That I had to forego that content. And then, when all this changed and I had a new audience, and I was like, hey, you want me to go do it? Because I would love to do it. It's what I wanted to do all year. And people were like, yeah, let's do it. And then we did it together. And listen, not that it always worked, because there were some streams of that game that were absolutely dead. Okay? There was low attendance, low support, low engagement. But the thing is, if overall I'm doing great, if overall things are excellent, if I'm not sitting here trying to hit arbitrary goals, then it means that I can have a game in the rotation that's not doing so hot.
So then why don't you do Metaphor? This is insane. I hate when he does this shit, because it happens every time. Yeah, man, it's okay to have a game that's slow, because I have other stuff that's that's balancing it out, man. And then when one game is slow in the future, like let's say next month, one game is slow, yeah, I drop that game. That game will not work. It's killing the channel. You can't pair this game with the other game that's successful? Like, it is genuinely annoying to listen to this guy say this shit. Oh my god.
It's a passion project for me, and I'm still able to do it. You know, I understand that not every game's always going to be a hit, but the factor is that, you know, if I'm enjoying it and there is an audience that's having a good time with it, then there's absolutely no reason to not play it, right? And that's basically what happened with Expedition 33, is I was able to go back to it, I was able to play it and do all the content that I had missed, just culminating with Friday, where we actually beat the Super Boss Simon, and was even able to go back and check out this DLC that had come out in December.
Why doesn't he finish the DLC then? Why doesn't he finish the DLC? I guarantee he's like, oh, well, the challenge DLC, so it doesn't matter.
That I never would have checked out, and I, you know, got to check that out. I just had a great time, you know, and that's because of you, because of the new changes, because of the fact that it's not tied to goals. We can go and have good fun no matter what it is that we're playing, all right? Now, there's going to be times when I have to make tough decisions, and there's going to be games that I have to stay away with because, again, I know that I'm streaming for an audience, right? We will always have these three factors of attendance, engagement, and support that we're going to use to judge if a game is worthy to keep playing on the stream or not. My time is valuable, okay? I need to be making these judgments of what's going to take up stream time and what's not. I do. It's very important that I make sure that having an audience of hundreds of people every day, thousands of people, quite frankly, in a week, that I'm doing stuff that they want, that I'm playing the games that you guys are asking for, okay? It's tough. It's very tough to decide, because sometimes there's games that I absolutely love and you don't. Sometimes there's a game that you're liking and I don't like. And sometimes there's a game that...
Yeah, and those games get dropped. How many games has he played that he hated, that the audience liked? None. And he always shed on the audience for liking that game. all the time, like Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade got like fucking bodied by this guy. Like, I mean, at this point, you might like I have a more tolerable take than he does, and I don't like Stellar Blade. I played it and I didn't really care for it. I thought it was a very bland, forgettable game. This guy was like, oh, climb a ladder. Wow, so innovative. Oh, swimming. Like it's like pedantic. It's like what are we doing? Like, oh, swing a sword. Wow. Like it was like really like childish. Childish. He played so many other like knockoff games that he was way more like, oh wow, this is cool, this is amazing. He plays this one and it's just like this game could literally be like she could just open a door and he'll say that wow, that's so unoriginal and trite and bland and boring. And it's like, what do you want the game to do? Fucking change your life? Like, I understood at least when I was playing, like, yeah, the game probably didn't, like, have the intention to be a life-changing game or anything like that. But I just thought it was very, bland. I didn't like the character. I thought the character was just bland as fuck. Like, there was nothing that was, like, getting me, like, engaged with anything that was going on. It was very boring. I got very bored in that game. Comparatively to, like, Nier. I love that game. I was way more like interested in what was going on in that game in comparison. And this guy has a far less like adult understanding of anything. And even then, like, as much as I don't like the game, I'm not mocking people for liking it. This guy will say, oh, this game is boring, and be like, yeah, you guys just like it because, you goon off to it. You fucking jerk off to fucking Eve. And it's like, why are you being toxic about this fucking game? Like, he acts as if this game is such an affront to him. And he acts like this about any other game. Like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. He plays this game during a marathon. And at first he tried to be fair. And then it just went all over the place. And then over time he got more toxic afterwards. When all he had to say was, yeah, it didn't work on the marathon, so I didn't really like get into it. So it's whatever, you know. And he wasn't even willing to try the game again and give it more time. And he was like, oh, it's too much talking. He played so many games that too much talking. He played Paper Mario during the same marathon that also had a slow beginning. And he was like, great game. I love this game. Never went back to it.
Game that's kind of mid, and it's tough judgment. Do we keep going or do we try something different that might do better? You know, it's going to be a new journey this year. It will be. It's going to be completely different. It's nothing like it used to be where it's just the goals, the goals, the goals.
It's the same journey. Come on. A journey he did before. He did this journey before.
The goals, the goals.
Oh my god.
But I think having this community mentality of, hey, we're all hanging out and we're enjoying
community mentality, dude. There was a time where DSP said he doesn't want a community, and it's fucked up and stupid to have one, and now he's all about community. Cool.
Together, and we're determining together whether or not this game is something worth playing.
Together.
Okay, that's much better than, oh, there's a number on the screen and we have to have it hit a certain value and then we keep playing.
And if there is a value, there are like podcasts that go on way too long because you'll be waiting for like a contribution still. Same with the night stream. Come on.
Because quite frankly, last year I do feel like there was things that overstayed their welcome, but I kept playing them because of that number. For example, Truck Sim, American Truck.
No. You said it stuck around because it was getting support. Aeon, it was getting engagement. People were talking, they were chilling. Then people got bored. And then it was like, okay, I'm gonna drop it because, like, all we're getting is this one guy saving it. Whatever. And it's kind of, like, annoying that he's kind of, like, toxifying this playthrough for no real reason. Meanwhile, if there was a new one, he'd play it. But he doesn't want to play the European Truck Sim, which is very funny to me because he hypes up playing the new, I want to specify, new Like a Dragon games because he gets to learn about Japan. But he doesn't want to do the Euro driving sim because he doesn't want to drive in Europe. why the fuck do you want to pretend when you play like a dragon game, you want to learn about the culture? Like, it's so annoying, and like it gets really xenophobic at times, because it's like, obviously Like a Dragon is a comedic game in nature. So of course it's gonna play things up a lot because it's funny. And these people like, so that's true, that's really what's going on there. And it's like, dude, you're playing as that guy who's in the Yakuza. You think that the Yakuza members are cool people that don't exploit people at all? Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, whoa, they have this? For real? You act this way when around women? Or whatever the fuck. It's like, weird fuck. It's like, dude, this game is playing stuff to like weird levels of like comedy at times. Like, not everything's one-to-one. Like, he didn't want to do the in Infinite Wealth, Kazuga like Ichiban was doing this like dating sim app, and it's like a fucking joke mini game, and you do it. They send it to a fake to someone got oh my god, sends it to another dude that was catfishing Ichiban the whole time. Like, it's just a clear joke, and these people didn't want to do it because he has a wife, because he's weird like that. And this dude is like, doesn't want to play Euro Truck Sim because he doesn't want to drive in Europe, but he wants to learn about Japan in the Like a Dragon games, of course.
Truck Sim was a game that I enjoyed, but should have ended 3+ months earlier than it did. And it was always just one or two people who would come to the truck.
It's so funny he says this when he was hyping up this game going into the new year. He was like getting hyped. He's like, guys, imagine we play Truck Sim to 2026, which I would argue is not that crazy of a thing when he played like other shell games for longer.
The Truck Sim streams and throw this giant Hail Mary contribution, and we would keep playing it. And it stayed in the rotation when we probably should have been trying other games and spending time on new things. We were just doing Truck Sim every single week, and it wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't like the streams were that meaningful. It became a way that
the streams were not meaningful. Dude. I mean, I just want to highlight that he calls all his streams chill. They all talk and all this stuff. So, like he even said, Truck Sim was a game that's not about the gameplay. It's like a background noise, and you get to interact with Phil as he drinks and all this other stuff. And it's like saying that there's nothing else you could do in that game. Okay, but then why do we still need other chill games anyway? Like, right after that, he played another sim game. After that, he played Quarantine Zone. And now I think RimWorld is supposed to fill the void. And then I think whatever the fuck Dredge 2 is, that's what's gonna be. Because someone said it's a Harvest Moon with a serial killer. So all he's doing with these fucking indie games is playing these sim games to do the same shit that he did in Truck Sim. It just went from one game to another. Nothing meaningful changed from that.
Basically, my trolls tried to get Fish to say something so they could do a clip farm of it, you know?
They do that with every single stream. And even then, this is still a clip farm. I mean, that sadly, that is just the internet. Come in.
What I mean? And that's just not good.
Like, I like he says this as if like that this only happens to lolcows. You realize everyone clip farms everyone that's like of note, right? Like Asmongold gets clip farmed, Hassan gets clip farmed, Ethan gets clip farmed, Idubs gets clip farmed, everybody gets clip farmed. And he's like acting as if he's the only one, and that's bad. I mean, sure, it's bad at all, but it could be worse. You should be kind of grateful that all the clip farms are is just DSP saying, this guy's a doo-doo head. You should be very grateful that's the level of clips that we're getting from him. Because it could be way worse.
I absolutely should have been doing other kinds of content instead of those streams, but I just looked at the $sign rather than what my audience was really saying. A lot of people were saying, stop.
So then what he was saying before was all lies. Because he said in the past that it wasn't just money. When people were calling him out on this, he said, Phil, you're just quitting the game because you didn't hit the goal. He's like, no, dude, it's the engagement, and nobody cares. And now he's just saying the quiet part out loud. Cool. But guys, remember, he's so honest. Like, again, I love that the big linchpin of him being honest is that he admitted that he was down from the rafters. But here, he's implying, not directly, mind you, because he probably just simply forgot, I guess. But this is him just basically saying that he lied back then about all these other times he dropped games because of low engagement.
Stop playing Truck Sim. For goodness sakes, Phil, it's just not interesting. We're bored. And I didn't listen. I ignored, and that's on me. But now, things are different. I can actually pivot left, right, up, down, in any direction. I can play any game. I can buy any piece of equipment that I need or we want to try out together. I could do all of that because of you.
So why was he so hesitant to getting the Season 3 pass for Street Fighter 6? Why was he so nervous? He was so mad about that DLC. And then to the point where someone had to offer him to buy the season pass for him, as he pays for microtransactions in Street Fighter 6, the thing that he doesn't want to support, by the way. Blech.
And so, 2 months into this amazing journey of positivity and fun and things very different than how they used to be, I want to take the time away to say thank you so much. Because of the positivity, the engagement.
Say this. He does the crooked thing so he can like stretch out his fingers. It's like when he does face palms and he wipes his head. It's all just like, I should do this because it's good for the moment and I get something out of it. Not because he genuinely wants to do it.
And the support that you have shown me over these years, this crazy 17+ year journey. I've had highs and lows, and for a while there we were down in the doldrums, right? Every day was a begathon and every day was about the gold.
It's so funny. He says this when, during that time, he said he was in the best time of his life. He was having that time of his life. I was thinking that, I always think about that Arrested Development scene where George Sr. was like, when he's in prison, and Michael Bluth is like, you're in prison, like, and I'm having the time of my life every time.
The goals, and now it's done. 2 months in, I never have to go back. Tell you that right now, I'm never going back. We're never going to have that arbitrary goal again. It's going to be about all of these factors weighed against each other. This new methodology is working. People are enjoying the content.
Dude, this soundtrack, the music he's using, I keep thinking, because I'm resting my automaton on my leg, and I keep thinking I'm just hitting the bar by accident. In some parts, it's so distracting.
Well, it's all successful. So thank you so very, very much. However, I just want you to understand one factor here. The negativity and the toxicity and the detractor videos that are made about me every day are never going to go away. And there's one real big reason for that, and it's very simple.
Very simple.
Money. Okay?
Where's my money?
Toxicity, negativity, and bullying on the internet was not able to be monetized, no one would still be bothering me.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm not making money on this video. Like, it's rants like this that kind of tempt me to start doing it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stand my ground and only monetize my non-DSP videos. Yes! But this dude is like, he keeps bitching about this. There was a time where he said he doesn't care. Come on.
Because in truth, all the things that people were on me for over the years are gone.
No, they're not.
Think about it. The awful look of my set is gone.
Again, this is the logic of, I changed it, therefore it's good, and you cannot complain because I changed it. Sure, we could all pretend that his streams look nicer. However, I'd argue, the Roland Bridgecast is a huge detriment, in my opinion. Like, it's so distracting. And it's like not even good music. It's AI slop that just kind of repeats notes. It's just not it's not good. And then like it's to the point where he starts talking, and then it changes, and it distracts him from his own fucking point. And it's like at that when it gets to that level, it's not good. It's not a good addition because it's just another thing. And like the RGBs is the most like uh parasitic thing I have seen. It started with the lights in the background, then it got to the keyboards, then it was the PCs, then it's the mic, then it's the accessories. Like, this dude got so many, like, RGBs, which isn't what they fucking are. They're just fucking lights or whatever the fuck. Aren't they just LED lights? Whatever.
On. The awful gameplay where I just sit there and blame developers all day instead of trying to play a game seriously.
He blames Capcom for Street Fighter 6 all the time. Come on. And this is so funny because people are getting mad about him blaming developers in the sense of just simply, oh, he's just getting mad and just blaming developers, and he would carry that grudge to the end of the playthrough. Like, sure, people get mad at games all the time, but it's also like there's no nuanced criticism from when he does it, right? Like, it's insane. I mean, you gotta write off a lot of it to in the moment stuff, but it's just ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. And then to say like, yeah, I don't get mad at games anymore. Like, you can't make that claim, dude. You get mad all the time.
Gone. The fact that I sit there begging all day. Gone. The goals. Gone. Everything. It's all gone. Even when I clear my throat.
Gang, guys, he could have done this shit way before he got the fucking Roland. Like, guys, he has this thing called the Stream Deck. You know, the thing that was gifted to him? Remember when he used to hype that shit up and, oh, I could play sound effects. The only sound effects he plays are the boomer soundbox effects. He nothing else. Everything else he doesn't use at all. He simply forgot. But he could have a button that could simply just mute the mic. He had this thing for like years, and he never did it, and then was mad when people asked him to use it. The other thing he had with this mic, the Shure mic, he wanted to use it with USB because he gets to use the touch to mute feature and the RGB light on the mic because it was easier. All this shit to say, oh, just now he could do it, is the biggest load of shit. I'm gonna get mad about it, but it's like, it is, every time he brags about this, I'm like, dude, you could have done this for years. The second he got the new streaming PC, he could have done this. That was the earliest he could have done it, and he didn't do it then. It is insane. And then when he tried to turn his head, he kept turning towards the mic anyway.
I mute the mic now. Every single thing that I've been criticized for has been improved upon or fixed. So
and
what
again, this could have been fixed earlier. He didn't do it earlier. What took him so long to? And let's assume he's using the Stream Deck. What took him this long to do that? Right? And I've noticed he has not snorted in a long time, at least from what I remember. And I'm sitting there like, I thought he said snorting was a condition he couldn't stop. He had to snort, or his nose would explode. And now he stopped snorting. What happened? Did he get a surgery? Maybe that's what he got. He got the post nasal surgery.
What happens now is, oh wait, but we need to make money. Right? We're making big bank, making fun of Phil. So what's the next thing? Let's either make something up completely that's actually not true at all, like saying that I'm on Ozempic or something insane like that.
No, but it's like, as far as I have seen, when I see people mention Ozempic, they're just saying like they think he's using it, and I tend to believe it too. I'm kind of there. I'm kind of seeing it. But even if I'm being generous, I would say he's not taking like if you were to ask me my genuine, serious opinion, I'd say no. He's probably just like eating shitty, and that's what's going on here. But I mean, come on.
Like that, even though I have worked hard to change my lifestyle, to change my diet, to work out, to improve myself as I have. They can't accept that. Wait, all the things that we made fun of Phil for are now fixed? Well, we got to make
Did he get neutered? How about that? That's another place he could get fixed.
something up. He's on Ozempic and his wife has left him and this and that. All nonsense. There's no
Well,
long
show her. Your audience is super positive, Phil. You should do another co-op stream with your wife. Oh no, she can't fit. I forgot. She can't fit in the setup. It's cat proof.
longer a factual basis for anything that people bully me for. The things that they say and do are actually completely fabricated now.
Okay. Another thing I want to bring up. I've said this many times. This has always happened. Why didn't he do this for his fans? Why are all these changes for the trolls? This is the thing. If the trolls never existed, ever, oh my god, I have a lot to say about this. This is what happens. They do a fucking DSP video. He just balloons into bigger things. But this dude will do this for trolls, and then say that nobody cares. If trolls didn't exist, he wouldn't do any of this. That's what this is implying to me. Is that if nobody gave him shit about the stream setup, the lighting, the burps, the throat clears, whatever, he would not have tried to deal with it in any level at all. So he doesn't do this for his fans. The other thing to keep in mind is that oh my god, I fucking lost it. Shit. It was on my mind. Oh, it's gonna kill me because it was I really want to say this point too. He did it for the trolls. Oh, and the other thing is he kept bragging about the SOK. The SOK was amazing. They actually criticized me for good things and things that needed to be changed, and they also policed themselves and made sure that nobody made money off of my content or whatever the fuck. But dude, the trolls have been giving him shit about the stuff he fixed now long after the SOK left, correct? So why doesn't he glaze the trolls then that brought this up? Oh no, I got it. They moved the goalposts. You think the SOK was gonna just stop trolling him if he did what they were complaining about? Fuck no. But here's the thing: this guy he's ignorant to understand. When you do something and it's okay, he did fix it. They'll bring up something else because nobody is perfect. And the thing is, he doesn't react well to anything, right? Come on.
To the point where it's a laughing joke. My wife and I, when we catch wind of this shit, we laugh so hard at how insane it is. How crazy this
I thought you don't look at troll stuff and you have meaningful time with your wife. Why are you looking at troll stuff? Huh?
stuff is that they're saying. But the thing is, they need to. Take a look right now at the Kick Chat. How this person who keeps making 100 sock accounts behaves every day. Why do they behave that way? Because their narrative has to be true or else they're doing nothing. You see what I'm saying? They have to invent nonsense in order to have their narrative be true. Because if it's not true, then no one would watch the content and they wouldn't make any money anymore. So let's just completely invent
Why
stuff.
They being Kick Chat?
Spam his chat.
Let's think about this. If the trolls make money, why are they spending time in his Kick Chat? The money is clipping you, Phil. That's where the money's at.
Let's do this and that. And the thing is, it doesn't affect me. To be honest, right now we're having a podcast. Is it affecting the podcast in any way?
You're talking about it now. And actually, it did affect you. Because you did all these dumb fuck changes because of it. So it did affect your content.
Does it matter what anyone said about me today? Does it matter that this idiot is spamming my chat? No. But that's it. They're living in their own bubble to the point where the difference here is other people who are lolcows, all right?
He's in his own bubble because he sits there and says, I just want to play games, man. and then but he also wants the freedom to make drama videos, to watch other detractor content, do all this stuff, fall back on his own fucking standards. And then when people call him out, oh, other people do it, why can't I do it? Like, it's so funny to me. He says that. It's like, dude, do you believe in anything you fucking say? Hello?
Because, by the way, you're a lolcow whether you like it or not. It has nothing to do with really your actions as much as they would like that to be the case. It's not the case at all. If
In a way, it's both. In a way, it's both. Because there are bad faith actors out there, of course, that will intentionally not give a fuck what you do. But it's just that if you keep paying mind to it, like, it doesn't do any good for anyone. So it's like, yeah, it does. They're not gonna sway. That's why it's like ridiculous. That he's done these changes, because of the trolling and not for his own fucking fans. Like, that's the silliness here.
if someone prods you enough with a stick, you're eventually going to react to it, right? You can do your best to ignore it, but if you keep ignoring someone you prodding with a stick, eventually the stick's going to pierce your skin. So you have to move.
This. Oh my god, he takes every like thing that's a saying and turns it literally. And even though that's not even true, if you keep prodding with a stick, it's not gonna break the skin unless like you have a fucking issue. I mean, and even if it does, it's gonna be superficial and like you won't even need a band-aid. That's how superficial the cut's gonna be. It's gonna be like, I don't need a band-aid though. It's gonna scab on its own. That's how bad it is. Like, he's acting as if it's like a knife, and like as soon as they say like, oh, I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. It's like, well, eventually the rubber band's gonna snap! And then the rubber band's gonna break, and what do you think is gonna happen then?
To move. You have to react. You have to do something. You can't just let someone keep bothering you over and over. You have to react. And
No,
that's
you don't.
what they don't understand about this
You
whole...
have to react. You have to. No, you don't. Like, I have seen people, like, even do similar trolling or, like, chargebacks to other people, and they don't go on the level of crash out DSP does. Like, even, like, Mega 64 had a wave of chargebacks, and they had one stream where they even mentioned it, and they were like, these fucking guys, oh my god, guys! And they weren't like going on the level of pressure that he was going on. And even then, like, there are people that probably have like considered them to a degree of a lolcow maybe or whatever, but it's like not career ending for them, I don't think, because it's like different. But this guy feeds them so hard that they'll never leave. Like, there's a reason why Christian is the most documented lolcow ever, because this person, like, it's Christian. I mean, come on. Come on, I don't have to explain Christian.
This whole lolcow culture bullshit is, you say, oh, well, a lolcow is someone when you prod them or you poke them or you do something, it elicits a certain reaction that we can laugh at, and because they give you that predicted reaction, they're a lolcow. No, no, no. They're a lolcow because you keep harassing them and somehow they...
No, it's not that. It's not simply that they reacted that makes them the lolcow. It's just how you react. That's simply it. Like, DSP can't hang with anyone when it comes to anything, and he doesn't have the capacity to just take L's. Like, if someone dunks on him hard enough, normal people who may not be able to like stand up for themselves, let's say, or like fight back, they'll just block the person and move on. Like, yeah, they're gonna say, oh, this guy blocks, but so what? Like, you know, it's to the point where even that notion of mocking people for blocking isn't as like as much as it was back then. Like, back when Twitter was like fresh and shit like that, and people were using it more often, like, that notion of blocking people is not, even before the change that Elon Musk did, because someone may argue that, well, Elon kind of made it pointless, but even before that, the notion of blocking was nowhere near as like, look at him, he blocked, what a loser. Like, people like moved on from that. And like, sure, some people use it, but most people are like, understand, like, look, you don't have to deal with bullshit. It's your fucking Twitter account. Like, make a Sonic account if you're really that dedicated, I guess. Like, it's whatever. And he's acting as if like, it's so silly.
How the internet thinks that systematic bullying is okay.
The internet doesn't think it's okay. There's so many people that call out the systematic harassment on other people all the time. It's not okay, but it just happens. Like, it's just the way of life. It's like, why do you think bullying is a problem in schools? Like, how can you like realistically treat it? Like, it's not easy. There's a lot of things that people are trying to do to mitigate it or to handle it, but it's not like an easy thing. Like, it's very hard. Come on, dog.
It's very simple. It's not what you think. Maybe at one point it was. Maybe at one point you could look at someone and be like, well, they have something that they're doing wrong, endlessly. And therefore, we're going to call them out on it, and we're going to hope that they improve. And if they don't, we're going to make fun of them for it. And we're going to say they're a lol cow because we milk them for the lols or whatever, right?
Wow.
But in truth, that's not what it is anymore. Because this bullying, this systematic bullying has become monetized. It's now an actual moneymaker. It's a whole community of people who all they care about is making money defaming you. And they get away with it unless you can outright sue them, right? So it's actually toxic and sick. It's no longer, oh, we're trying to elicit that reaction. It's like, we don't care. We just say it. And even if that person literally never reacts.
He's comparing making videos to like trolling in his chat. Like, the people who are making the videos, they are not the trolls. As much as the people in his chat that are like poking and prodding him. Those are the trolls. The people who are making the videos, like me and other people, like, we're just people that are just making videos, whatever. It's like bullshit, sure, and toxic content, but it's whatever. I mean, people do this with other YouTubers anyway. Like, okay.
We still profit off of it because we've created an entire cult of people who are so fucked up in the head and brainwashed. All they want to hear is toxic nonsense about people on the internet so they can feel better about themselves, and they will continue to support people who literally lie.
Feeling better about myself right now.
And that's what's messed up. Like, listen, I've done everything I possibly can to improve. I have. I literally don't have anything else that I can really do when you really think about it. I've improved my content. I've stopped the begging. No more goals. I actually physically changed myself to be healthier and better because that was one of the things.
I love he gives Wings shit that he should be healthier for his family, but he's like, I did it for the stream, dude. But it's also funny because like all his health advice he gave to Wings was not genuine. It's literally because Wings is fat. That's literally it. And he thinks people are making fun of him because he's fat. That's what he thinks people make fun of Wings for. That's why Wings is a lolco, because he's fat, right? Like, but he says this shit, like, dude, he says this as he has a stream on his channel called DSP Goose Nuclear, where he's watching a detractor video that he makes money on. Like, dude, look at this. King Sax, $98. He made money on this, and he left it up, and I'm sure he's making money on the fucking ad revenue. And this dude is like, these people are making fun of me and making videos. And it's a business. But guess what, gang? Guess what? We're still in the wrong because what we're saying is bullshit and evil and stupid. But Phil doing this is good content. Listen to this. Let's do a little bonus little segment.
Went ahead and messaged me and said that they want to do an interview. I can't bother with that. That's not part of the routine that I'm comfortable with. You know? And that's what it is. He's just become so complacent in this loop that he has of his life. And no one's breaking him out of the loop. So it just continues.
Wait, who? Wings or LTG?
Someone actually turn the stream off, turn it back on, eat again. It's just this.
Okay, I'm assuming Wings.
So anything outside of that pattern he's not comfortable with, he's not going to engage with. Oh, someone actually went ahead and messaged me and said that they want to do an interview. I can't bother with that. That's not part of the routine.
No, he just didn't want to look at his DMs. Not everyone is like terminally online, Phil. Not everyone is like attached to Twitter.
That I'm comfortable with.
I mean, Wings is terminally online for other reasons, other ways, you know?
And that's what it is. He's just become so complacent.
Wow, this is so meaningful. Just sitting here talking to about another guy, saying, yeah, Wings is just complacent. How the fuck do you know? Do you live in his fucking house?
This loop that he has of his life. And no one's breaking him out of the loop. So it just continues to get worse and go down on the downward spiral.
And he's saying that Wings is going down the spiral. This is behavior that he got mad at Rich for. Because what does Rich know about my money? How does he know anything about anything? What does Phil know about fucking Wings' headspace? Oh, because Wings says, oh, I'm feeling down and I didn't take my meds. Like, that's not really saying much about where he is, like, health-wise or whatever. And it's bullshit. This is complete bullshit. This stream is low-key bullshit, and it's just DSP, like, concern trolling the fuck out of Wings and shitting on LTG. And LTG, in this, even in this video, has the most realistic, normal reaction to this clip, where it's like, oh man, he should, like, do stuff, man. Whatever. And DSP is like, Wings is a baby! Stop being mean to Wings! It's bullshit. And then this dude is like, yeah, other people are making content. Like, fuck off. Your shit's fake too. Shut up.
Things that were constantly going on over and over. Oh, he's fat and he's lazy. I work hard. I have dedication to my content and my craft. Everything that was a criticism has been addressed. So what's the issue?
What's the issue?
What is it today? What new thing are you going to make up? Because you need money. Because you're a bum. Because you're broke. Not me. I'm far from it. I'm doing good. And that's what I'm here to say I'm thankful for, that I don't need to sit here and beg anymore because I'm successful. These idiots literally pay me for literal nothing. This person is giving me money right now. This person right here. I'm doing good. So what's your problem?
But you know what's funny?
What's
that
broken up
expense,
here in your head?
though.
Or is it that you're just a bum and you're desperate and you realize that your cash cow would dry up if you stopped lying, right? So for everyone here who's a fan, and who's having a great time, all right?
What if I'm not lying?
Welcome. And thank you for being here the last 2 months.
Anyway.
Welcome to the new reality. That I'm successful.
Oh my god. He did this shit during the marathon. He was telling people that they should get medicated if they can't accept that Phil's successful. And now we're back to saying, welcome to the new reality. Not my reality. That's not my reality, bitch.
Great time. And nothing that happens outside of this stream affects us. We're good. It doesn't matter what they say and do. They just can't hurt us anymore.
They can't hurt us
basically
anymore.
Bulletproof at this point. And there's no...
He has said this so many times. And it's like, as I said, this kind of shit is like why it's like he should be constantly going through bullshit every day. Like, he should be humbled every day. Because this dude, it's like... It really is like he's asking for someone to, like, do something. And it's like, why? Why keep saying this? Why brag about this?
There's nothing that they can do about it. It doesn't matter how much they lie and harass and make shit up. There's nothing that can ever be done to stop me from having a great time with you every day on stream. And that's because of you. Because you stuck with me all these years, because of the dedication, because of the support. You're the reason why I get to do this for a living and why everything is so much better. So thank you so very much to every single one of you out there who's been with me, whether you were there the entire journey,
Okay, now it's not.
whether you've jumped on somewhere along the way, whether you're a brand newcomer and today's your first day. I want you to understand that my life is better because of you.
We are saying this so far after all this shit, and it's like pointless. It's just empty gestures. It's all performative. Because the next week, he got a week of slow streams, and he'll be back to be like, guys, let's get support going.
I'm grateful for it, and we're
on
a journey together.
He wasn't grateful for the people who were there before. All the people that were there before, like, think about it. He did all these changes for these random viewers that he doesn't even know will stick around. Meanwhile, the longtime fans got fucked for years. and didn't care. All these people that complained about this and that, fuck you, eat shit, deal with it. But these random viewers that may or may not even be real, by the way, he's like, oh, look what I did for you guys. What about the people that were there for years? 1 Minute Man was a longtime supporter who tipped him every day. And the moment that 1 Minute Man dared to talk, that relationship slowly went away. Because 1 Minute Man was like growing sentience. And then realized this guy kind of sucks. And then he stopped giving him money. Like, he was the one pay pig that grew a brain. He grew a brain. He started with nothing, he grew a brain. All the other pay pigs, they started with a brain and it rotted. It rotted away. It got wasted on this guy.
Together of fun and relaxation and chill vibes, and nothing's going to stop that train from going how fast and how far we want it to go. Okay?
Yeah, because...
Thank you.
Dude, no shit. Nobody can stop it. Nobody can realistically stop because they don't want to go to jail for this. Like, like, come on. He's like, yeah, guys, you're not going to kill me. It's like, DSP, who do you think you are? Like, come on. Get in the ring. Okay, now this sounds like a discount Persona track.
Cool.
No, it's not.
All right.
Dude, every time it sounds like a discount like
The goals are
Persona
gone.
track, it's
They're
like
not coming
it
back.
stops.
It was a 2-month experiment, right? Can we go for a while with no goals and what would happen?
An experiment! So, does this guy know what an experiment is? You don't do an experiment forever. It ends at some point, and then you come up with a conclusion. So, does this experiment have an end date, and then you can form a conclusion of, wow, guys, you're right, I shouldn't be begging. And then he's gonna stop begging? No. I'm telling you, low-key, there's a part of me that is expecting him to say, see, guys, I told you I needed to remind you to get support. Look at the support. You guys love goals. Like, nothing is permanent with this guy. As much as he's saying, like, I'm never going back to goals, and all this out of spite for the trolls, that will eventually change. It'll take a while. But it will take one dude in his chat to say, Phil, you should have a goal, or whatever the fuck, and he'll be like, well, maybe, if you guys want to do a goal, maybe. And then they'll be like, yeah, Phil, we want a goal. And then he'll do it, and then he's gonna blame you if you say you don't want it. That's what's gonna happen. Just like how he never wanted to go back to Twitch. I don't want to go back to Twitch, ever! Then he's back on Twitch the week after. For those of you who say that Twitch was a magic bullet, you're wrong. You're an idiot. Guys, welcome to my Twitch channel.
I'll tell you what will happen. Amazing success. Because that's exactly what's happened. I've had amazing success these last couple of months. Not having goals. Just being me and enjoying and having fun. This is amazing. Thank you, everyone, again, for all of your support and positivity. Things are going great. And it can only go up from here because that's the thing. Like, now that I've got that momentum going and we got that positivity behind and there's none of that toxicity anymore, we're good. What we need now, honestly, here's the very God's honest truth.
Okay,
we need good games.
Oh.
We need good games to come back because I'm not saying that there aren't good games. I'm saying there.
This is so funny because he's talking about AAA games, honestly. Literally, seriously, for real. Because he's saying, I want good games. And this is coming off of, there's no good AAA games. All we got are indies. And then he's like on this big kick of, I love indies. Indies are amazing. And all this other bullshit. But he's only playing indies because there's no AAA games. Like this is to me what I fucking hate the most about this guy. It's just out of convenience of what he's doing. I don't know the term for it, but it's literally just lazy nonsense. Like, when he joined the Activision Blizzard boycott, the year that he had no interest in playing their games, he played the beta of Call of Duty, said it sucked, didn't want to play it. And it's like, yeah, guys, I'm gonna join the boycott. Yeah, fuck Blizzard, fuck Activision, Bobby Kotick should be shot out of a cannon and tarred and feathered and be made a laughing stock and all this other shit. But only because there was nothing he wanted to play from that company. Nothing. If he wanted to play Call of Duty, he'd hit us with, guys, I have to play the game. Guys, I'm a content creator. I play games, so you don't have to. Guys, separate the art from the artist. All this bullshit. It's all out of convenience. He's Mr. Indie because there's no AAA slap game for him to exploit. Obviously. Until Resident Evil comes out. Like, dude, Romeo is a dead man is not even on his radar, and it would only be on his radar if people like say, Phil, are you gonna play this game? And he's gonna fucking carrot dangle and pretend, and then he's just not gonna play it. Because, the thing is, with Suda51 games, they're not like the most optimized, beautiful, eye candy games that is gonna make you fucking jerk it. These are just games that are like low budget, kind of like janky games that are just fun and quirky and interesting. But DSP is so fucking dented. Like, all of the sexual stuff that's in No More Heroes is done for a very specific point. And, like, even Lollipop Chainsaw. And DSP is like, well, this is a gooner bait game. I mean, now it is, because the fucking company that has it, like, whatever. We don't have to, I don't need to reopen my sadness with that game. But that game in of itself wasn't, like, there to, like, fucking free to jerk off. And this guy's like, yeah, this game is for people who are virgins. It's like, fuck off, dude. Like, you don't get anything. You don't understand anything.
They're the indie games, they're the little games. We need
like the example would be the relationship that Sylvia has with Travis. DSP, if he were to replay No More Heroes 1 for some unknown fucking reason, he'd be like, oh my god, they did this because people are fucking perverts. Oh my god. Ignoring the whole fucking point that Travis is a fucking loser. Like, ignoring the entire thing, that's the whole point, that's like part of the development of the story, and he just write it off as something stupid. Because he's a fucking idiot.
AAA studios to start pumping out gold again, right? Let's hope that this Resident Evil coming out in February
again, he's waiting for AAA games. But if you're a gamer, I would argue you wouldn't care about AAA games to this level. You would just want to play games that you want to play. And that's it. You wouldn't be sitting like, where's the AAA games? Where are they? There are no AAA games. What's the point of playing video games? I mean, unless you really care about exclusives, I guess. But whatever.
Is a great game. That's the kind of shit that people used to come to DSP Gaming for. To see the new hot Resident Evil, to see the new hot FPS game, the hot new...
Again, he used to tell us, guys, I don't want to be Mr. New Release. And now, he's all about Mr. New Release. He's only Mr. Indie right now, out of, like, no new games to milk. Like, this shit just, it pisses me off, because it's like, because it's so blatant how fake he is about everything he is. He's such a fake person. It's insane, and he'll always say, no, I'm not. I'm being honest. I'm being real. Like, of course you're gonna say that. Yeah, he's gonna say if he's gonna be realistically fake. Fuck off. Yeah, right.
Hot new RPG, the hot new action.
He would only say that if it were gonna benefit him. Like that meme of like, oh, these two, the game pirate guy or whatever the fuck, pirate software or whatever the fuck, him and Phil are locked in a room, and they're not allowed to leave until one of them admits that they're wrong. Guess who's gonna leave first? DSP. He's gonna be the first to leave, because since that's a treat. Because I'm assuming that meme is like to show like that they want to leave the room, and since that's the goal, that's the prize. And that's an incentive, DSP would admit that he's wrong. Because there's a treat at the end. This dude is a fucking dog. You tell him you tell him, dude, I'll give you $150. He'll like do a little twirl and he'll like do a backflip for you. Like this dude is a fucking dog, just expecting little treats for doing bare minimum bullshit that he doesn't even believe in.
Action game, but they don't exist. Right? They just don't. These AAA studios are making garbage, so we end up sitting around playing indie games all day. Now listen, there's nothing wrong.
And then look at this. Look at the thing he gives to indie games. Yeah, there's no AAA games, so we're left for the indies. Like as if it's like a fucking like dirty leftovers. Like I guess we could do this. And then because if you have to follow something up with, hey, that's not to say this, but like it doesn't give me a good like image. Like I can understand like my opinion on Jujutsu Kaisen, perfect example, Doob. I like the manga. I enjoy the anime. Whatever. I have issues with some of the characters. The way like Nobara, for example, she's a great character that got no time to really get any potential. She gets benched so hard in Jujutsu Kaisen. She's like not even a character until like it's bullshit. And it's like, yeah, I think there's a lot of issues, but that's not to say that I didn't enjoy it or whatever. Like that is different because I at least have like more to say about the thing. This is like just straight up like, yeah, there's no AAA games, so we're just left with the indie games. Like that doesn't really sound like you like indie games and you're only playing it out of like necessity. Like that is like the disgusting aspect, and this is why like when he was like jerking off indie games, like this guy doesn't give a fuck about indie games. He treats them so separately from AAA games, and he talks to them like as if they're like fucking disabled people making video games or like children. It's so weird. It's like, oh, little Timmy made Silk Song. Oh, what a quaint little game. And then he's like, okay, this AAA, like, it's so weird. And it's like, why talk to games like this? Like, that's how you talk about games when you don't like them.
Wrong with playing indie games, but you want to get some kind of attention on the channel, and it's got to be playing the big ones again, right? So let's work for
But how come all of the games that get attention and all the viral sensations all happen to be indie games? Like, I just love, there's years of people bring up indie games that are a viral success, and he's like, no, I need to play AAA games. Because AAA games are like bare minimum easy mode quality to pick out from. Like, that's why he wants AAA games, because it's an assured win for him, so to speak. But he avoided it because he believed the fear-mongering, the hate-mongering. Like, dude, I played fucking Goose of Yutai. Is it a bad game? No. Is it a great game? No. It's good. It's fun. Like, you know, it is what you pay for. Like, you pay for what you get. If you play Ghost of Tsushima, you play this game. If you like that game and you want more of it, there you go. Like, that's it. That's all this is. And this dude was so scared to play it. And, like, I haven't beaten the game yet, and I can't wait to beat it because I want to see what the fuck he's talking about, because I'm just gonna say I think I know. So you know what? I don't think any of you guys care. Don't tell me if I'm right or wrong or whatever. But this is what I'm predicting is gonna happen in the game. If I ever get the motivation to continue. Right now I met the real Kitsune, you know, the fox person, whatever. I found the real one, and she's like, yeah, it was me. I was there when we killed your family, dude. And she's like, what the fuck? I think that it's gonna be there's gonna be like a, yeah, I was with this guy, but then he did this, and I was like, this is fucked up, man. I can't work with this anymore. And then she tried to, like, you know, she defected, and then like Atsu, it's like, oh, okay, you know what? I'll see where the trust can lead. And then, like, throughout the game, they build their trust, and by the end of the game, they unite and they become friends or whatever the fuck. And I think that's where it's gonna lead. Something along those lines. Which I'm just gonna say, if that's how it ends, I won't say that's bad, because that's like a fine arc to have, and that has been done before. uh, like I don't think that's like jumping the shark. I just think that's what happened because like when I saw the cutscene before I have to go meet with her again, when they revealed that, I was like, I bet it's her. Because these are talking about is like, so an enemy that you wanted to kill now becomes your friend. That's bullshit. And I'm just thinking like, I mean, if you're a child and you think in black and white, yeah, that is bullshit. But there's all this nuance out there and different and all this other stuff. Like that's all that big boy thinking that DSP doesn't have because he's a fucking baby. He's a dumb fuck.
For the best. Let's have total domination once again of the gaming landscape. Let's get some great stuff going, and let's have a good time with each other.
Why do you need domination of AAA games? What about the indie games?
Incredibly positive.
And then listen to this. He's like, yeah, I need the AAA to keep afloat. And then this guy will tell you just a month ago, the indies, yeah, man, they deserve the spotlight. They should get attention that they deserve. And now he's like, yeah, I want the AAA games. Where are they? They should come back and take the spotlight away from the indie games. Like, wow, this guy totally loves indie games. It doesn't see them as like fucking dirt on the street.
About this year, I was a little worried. The moment that I took those goals away, I was worried. I'm not worried anymore. I'm good. I don't have a care in the world about that nonsense. I'm just gonna have a great time with you guys. All right?
Why do you have to get sexual here?
Let's go. We got shout outs.
Every time he talks about his fucking audience, it sounds like he wants to fuck them. Yeah, guys, you have such meaningful conversations. Let's have meaningful conversations. You guys are so deep. Yeah, you guys are amazing. I love you guys. And then he's like, when there's like other stuff that's going on in the streams, yeah, they probably did that to manipulate their audience. He always insinuates all these female streamers are all exploiting their audience and all this other stuff. As this guy is sitting there, it's like, I love you guys. You guys are so amazing. Let's have meaningful time together. I love you. But then when a woman's like, yeah, guys, you guys are pretty cool. See, she's exploiting them. She's exploiting them. Well, not Phil. He doesn't exploit them. He just says how meaningful they are.
Outs to do. All right. First off, it's just hilarious. As I was talking there, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's people gifting me subs and it's a troll. It's like, dude, number one, I'm never going to acknowledge you. And number two, you're paying me. How do you not understand that? I mean,
yeah, man.
It just doesn't make any sense. That's how they behave. You see what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying? They're that crazy.
Okay.
There was a time where he was like telling them that people should pay him to restream him at one point in time, but it was such an off-the-cuff statement that of course he doesn't remember it because he doesn't care. He literally forgets everything he says on these dumb fuck streams anyway. I genuinely believe that.
So, Chimchar did a $5 super chat, and Chimchar is very negative for the record. He supports anyway, and he goes, "That's not true. What was abolished was you asking for support." Yeah, that's what I just said. So how is it not true? I said there's no goals, and I don't ask for support constantly anymore. I do a call to action every once in a while, and I'll say, hey, please support the content. Here's how you can do it.
Man.
If you support it, I'll play it more often, right? That's all very transparent, matter-of-fact stuff, right? And everyone knows it. Like I said, there's factors. There's the attendance, the engagement, and the support. So there's nothing. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Then he says, you have twisted it into no rewards and goals, but it was asking for money.
Oh my god, he's reading like it was a hard sentence. So, huh? Like that. Like he's so close to just doing that.
So, what you're saying is,
free money.
I abolished the goal. Okay. But I didn't abolish asking for support. No, you don't have to abolish asking for support. Literally every fucking streamer on the planet asks for support. Every streamer that says, hey, here's a link, go click it and buy this merch. Click this and give me...
Okay, so why does he... Okay, a few things. Why was he so butthurt when during the Phil versus the internet segments, he was butthurt at people doing the call to action in the content. Oh my god, no, skip it. I don't want to do. Why do they do this? And then like when he watches an ad, he reads an article. He gets mad when they have ad space. Yeah, these stupid websites want to get paid so that they can run their website. What a dumb industry, right, guys? Like all this shit, he shits on it. They're like, but then for him, it's like, well, everyone does it. But also the thing is, nobody does it like Phil in the sense that they don't fucking hound you to such obnoxious extent. Like, come on.
Give me a referral. Do this, buy this, participate in this. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything any different than anyone else. I'm sorry. Do you think I'm Jesus Christ or something? And I'm going to be like some kind of, you think flawless person who's going to sit here and never have to ask for anything?
And
no, it's
also, I don't think Jesus Christ saw himself as a perfect being. I don't know the guy. I'm just saying, I don't think Jesus saw himself as a perfect guy. I don't think so. I don't think so, buddy. I think he sees himself as a down-to-earth guy and like a helpful guy, but I just don't think he's like, yeah, I'm flawless, guys. Yeah, I'm amazing.
It's my job, stupid. It's my job to make a living, to pay my bills, to support my family. This is not for free streaming. It's not my hobby. It's my work. You understand?
But the
it's my
content
occupation.
itself is free, though.
I will always be saying, hey, please support this way and that way, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, but then you do the old school begging of, guys, it's been very slow on Kick lately. Guys, let's pick it up. He does that shit. And that is bothersome. That's annoying. You don't have to tell us the speed and momentum. You talk about momentum all the time. Let's build some momentum. Let's get some momentum, guys. Guys, I'm building momentum. That's why I did that. Okay, I'm building momentum right now.
Nothing wrong with it. If you think there's something wrong with it, turn the fucking internet off. Because literally almost everything you see on the internet is asking for something. I don't know if you were aware of that.
Everything?
Anyone who has any kind of a living on the internet is for pay.
Yeah, but how come when I watch streamers I enjoy, they're not sitting there and saying, guys, please support. Guys, it's been very slow. Let's pick it up. Let's get some momentum. And they don't do that every hour, every 2 hours, or whatever. And then they also especially don't say, guys, let's make up for the slow streams last week, okay? Let's make up for that.
You haven't figured that out yet? How old are you, Chimchar? I'm curious. Are you like 5? You're crazy, man. Like, even saying...
But then how come... he's yelling at Chimchar for this. But then why does he get butthurt when ads are in a fucking article? Or whatever the fuck. He does so much things that are just as similar as what Chimchar said.
Saying that... Well, we're mad that you ask for support. So you're mad at every single person who's ever streamed and ever made content on the internet. Because the moment that they say, subscribe to my channel, give me a like, give me a view.
He shat on people for asking for likes forever. And then he did the bubble blows, then said it was stupid to do likes, it doesn't matter. And now it's like, oh, everyone does it. And then this is the same fucking guy, mind you, that says, I'm different. I don't do what everyone else does. And then when someone says, Phil, you're doing this thing that we hate, everyone does it. I thought you want to be different. Now you don't want to be different. Not when it conveniences you, right?
Send some, a contribution to my Patreon. Drop me a coffee or whatever it's called. Go to my GoFundMe. Everyone's doing it. Literally everyone.
Literally.
So you don't have issue with me. You have issue with the system. So turn the internet off.
But also, what if he does? I mean, the thing is, there are people who still don't like people having Patreons or coffees or whatever the fuck. Like, all these services. There are always going to be people that are like, this is dumb. And there are people that are like, that understand it. Like, that's just how it is. Dude, I remember someone was like giving me, like, I pledged to a Patreon for, the artist who did Skullgirls and all that, like Muriel, Kanuko, whatever. I pledged to her Patreon, and then so was like, Theo, she was you're supporting a beggar. I'm like, this person is like making art, and they're gonna post like NSFW art on this platform. Like, this is like the most like normal transaction you could have. Like, of course people don't do stuff for free, but also like, I wouldn't have known her art, I should say, if I didn't see her art for free on Twitter or anywhere else first. But that's just how it is. Like, it's optional, but like, the person did not hammer home, support my Patreon. You want art, right? Support my Patreon. It was like, willingly did it because it's like, oh, I like your art, and like, yeah, you know, why not see the NSFW stuff? That's it. Like, that's all it is. It's not like, oh man, she's begging, oh, she's gonna do this. It's like, it's art, dude. You want to support artists, correct?
And go live in a library or, you know, go be a farmer. That's fine. No one's going to hate on you for that. But to sit on here and dump on me because you don't like the system, right?
But he is also saying this from a position of being successful. Like, just keep that in mind. It's so easy for him to shit on himself in the past and say, this is stupid. What I did back then was dumb and wrong. But he's saying this in a position where he's making so much money comparatively. Of course he's gonna say that he learned it, right?
It's kind of a broken thing there. I'm sorry. You're not angry with me in the way that I do things. You're just angry with content creation in general on the internet, and that's something that I can't fix.
But what do you want? Doesn't want you to be part of the problem.
But thank you for $5.
It takes
I
one
appreciate
dude
that.
to move a mountain, right?
In fact, no. Okay, that's right.
I love that
Spedgy.
he wants everyone else to be the change he wants, but he'll never be the change he wants. This guy should do this instead. Like, he blames so many streamers for doing like promotions and this and that, but he's not mad at the system. He's mad at the streamer. This guy is a shill. He's doing this to make money. And then, but then he's like, I'm just using the system. I can't fix it. Like, dude, come on.
He came in and did a big super chat earlier. Thank you so much, Spedgy, for that. Okay.
Oh, especially gets a. Oh
let's
yeah,
see
by
here.
the way,
Red
he did
Eyes
this. Like,
did a $5 super chat and says, LFG Phil, tell them how the shit's gonna run. That damn straight.
LFG Phil,
Damn straight.
suck your dick.
And that's the thing. I have that power now. It used to be that I wasn't in control and the internet controlled me.
But that is still kind of true when you can drop a game if the internet doesn't like go along with the playthrough, correct?
Now I'm definitely the pilot of this ship, right? I'm the captain and I'm the one who steers us where we want to go, and I'm the one who's in control at all times.
Hold up, hold the phone, everyone. Oh, the video got fucked up. I don't know what happened. I played the video, and it works. I paused it because I had to pick up the phone. I had to pick it up, and then when I hit unpause or whatever, it said there was an error. So yeah, I'm gonna have to edit this. This is bullshit, but whatever. It is what it is. Let's get going. It is what it is.
And I really am happy for that, because there was a time again where I wasn't. Things were out of control, and all this toxicity thrown at me on the internet was killing me. It was killing me. It was killing the business. It was killing everything. And now things are completely flipped in the opposite direction for the better. All right, and that's great.
But he said he was the man in charge or whatever the fuck. Even back then. Like, this is like so dumb, man. Like, this is just empty nonsense. This is true every year. He always wants to like toxify the previous year, and it's like, come on.
Great. So thank you, Red Eyes. Ruckus Look did a $10 super chat and says, let's go. Let it go. Let's go. Turney gifted a sub on Kick. Thanks.
Is there anything
First
else?
Mario movie. Oh, it's
Okay.
I mean, I haven't seen it.
I don't
to that,
care.
And you
It's Mario-
can't really see it unless you're there. Do you know what?
What?
Like they'll support.
Oh,
that was 3+
okay.
years ago. This
Here we
person says,
go.
I'd argue that was your lowest point. I think you now finally understand what Moist Critical was trying to say. Someone tip me $2 says, man, we're definitely a long way from that scorn.
Dude, this tipper, I think he's not just shoving crayons. I think he's drinking glue.
Incident now. Yeah, that was 3+ years ago. This person says, I'd argue that was your lowest point. I think.
No, I would not say that was his lowest point, because he has had similar crash outs even after that are probably worse, but I think his lowest, Man. I don't know. I mean, you want to go dollar amount? The time when he was asking for $50 a stream.
I think you now finally understand what Moist Critical was trying to say when he reacted to that. Mentioning money over and over does nothing. If they like you, they'll support.
No, I take it back. The lowest was 2017. The moment Panda Lee left, we saw a desperate side fill.
Yeah, and you have to understand. Now I know that, but now I see it from a
No, this is. Oh my god, dude, this is insane. Because this is not true. It's factually not true because Moist Critical made that statement and DSP was like, he's right. He agreed with him immediately. Immediately. It wasn't like he sat there like, he's wrong, what an idiot, or whatever the fuck. He agreed and said, yeah, guys, I was wrong. This dumb fuck tipper is enabling DSP's like brainwash no, not brainwashing. Delusion that he came a long way. He knew it was bad even then and after. He agreed with him right after.
a point of success, and you can't really see it unless you're there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Are you kidding me? So you need to be successful though. Like, this is really stupid bullshit. Like, this is really dumb.
Like, if you're stuck in a rut and things are bad, you can't see outside of that bubble. Once
What does that mean?
you're out of the bubble, you can look in positively and say, thank God that I learned better.
So you only learned once you got more money? You didn't learn during it. And if that's the case, then why are you spending money like crazy? Why did it take you this long to do stuff that you could have done even back then? Hello?
Better, but man, it was hard when you were there. And you're right, that scoring incident was one of my lowest points as a creator, where here I am just outright chastising, screaming at my audience for not sending me money.
Okay, let's check out the Scorn clip. Let's fucking go to this Scorn clip. DSP Gaming. Let's see.
Okay? It would have been one thing if I'm staying late and people are laughing, having a good time, and a few people are at least supporting the stream, but no one did. And that really upsets me.
Oh my god, so quiet.
I'm going to hope that tomorrow when I finish it, there will be some support. Because it is pissing me off that I just stayed extra late and I got nothing for it. You know, the game's not even good. You know, if this were me, I'm not even exaggerating. If this were me not...
This is literally nothing. I'm gonna be honest. The worst one was literally the fucking messages. The fucking messages were way worse. This is like, yeah, man, this game sucks and I didn't get any support, man. It's one thing, but nobody was supporting.
Not streaming, playing this, my videos from earlier ever processed. People wanted to see Plague Tale, and the Plague Tale stuff was first. We'll have like a Q&A session or whatever. Because Ellipsian's like, yeah, the time I played. All right? So, all right, guys. Thank you. Please have a good evening. And the stream. Okay?
Dude, this isn't even that bad. Oh my god, this is so tame. It's so tame. It's insane.
Of fun. Right? Completely, like, you sucked the fun out of any...
He was more mad at the game than the money. Like, dude, it's so funny.
So,
I'm gonna see if there's a shorter clip because, like, I don't want to go through an 8-minute clip.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm frustrated for two reasons. Reason number one, because yeah, the game does suck. I really did not like tonight's stream. And in addition to that, as you guys can see, I stayed extra late for you guys, and basically it amounted to nothing. No one's really supported, which pisses me off. It does. That I'm playing a game, obviously it's frustrating. A lot of people showed up to watch it because you saw how frustrating it was, and no one supported. Yeah, that does upset me. Okay?
Yeah, people were like calling this out, rightfully so and shit, but like the way he makes it sound as if he always does this too, because he said this like, back then I would make a rant video about the trolls and say, oh my god, this guy did this. And then like you look at the video and it's just like, yeah, this guy's an idiot. What a stupid head. The white coach like the most he said was like, the white coach needs to get people, and he said there's someone that they need to die in a fire. Like that's it. He acts as if like he did a specific rant about specific detractors at the time when that never happened. And this is another instance of that. All this was, yeah, I am frustrated. I didn't get support. That's it. Like, and he's like, I was chastising, I was yelling, I was throwing a fit. But he does that now. He does that way more now than ever before.
Right? That's awful. Absolutely awful. You know? I shouldn't...
And again, if that was awful, if that was so awful and egregious and evil and horrid, why the fuck? Because, again, as you may have noticed, the tips goal is $50. So, if this was such a terrible, dark time in the DSP universe, why did he have a tips goal of $150 and then hyped up hitting the goal if this was such an egregious act? A terrible act. And again, he was doing this like, let's hit the goal! During a time where he was bragging how he was making so much money. Nothing makes sense.
I shouldn't have ever done it, and definitely I've learned from that experience and I've
Never should have
improved.
done it.
Right?
Right?
So thank you for that.
Thank you. Really, thank you.
I got a $10 tip from Guitar Player. He says, so it's from Texas all the way from the South U.S.
Oh
Cold. Yeah, isn't it where it's beginning? Is it like the very south of the United States? That's where this crazy winter front came in from. So it's from Texas all the way from the South U.S. up the entire East Coast.
Whoa.
And you guys are all going to get like a foot or more of snow, supposedly. So,
Whoa.
Again, I wish you all the best. I hope you're all safe. I hope that you're equipped for it, especially in warmer climates where usually you wouldn't get this kind of weather. I hope that you guys...
Oh my god, you know, if he got the snow, he'd be like bitching about it. He'd be like, oh my god, the snow! The snow is gonna kill Jasper! I don't know. No, the snow's gonna kill his back, dude. How can he shovel? Cat will have to shovel. Anyways, I think that's it. I don't need to see anything else. So let's do a vibe check on today's stream. Everyone's favorite stream. He's playing High Guard, this amazing game.
Dude, this character I just picked, Atticus, he's awful. His abilities are garbage. His spear
By
does
the way,
nothing, and his
he's playing on controller. He's playing a FPS on controller like a real gamer. Let's check the $58. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. What did he do in this podcast? I'm afraid to ask.
So in this case, I would make an exception. Let's do another stream, but let's see how it goes. Let's turn it around. So this is good. I actually am seeing some growth on the channel now. We're excited for it, and I hope that you'll be there for it later. Next week, it'll be major stream. Okay, it is one of the games that's in my major stream daytime rotation.
What game?
Abilities and things that are going to make the game better over time, just like Silksong.
Hollow Knight.
6. I want to try more games. I want to mess around with more content.
Right.
All right? All I know is everyone said it's a hero shooter like Overwatch. That's literally all. Let's go. Let's check it out. Ready? It's time. Let's check out High Guard.
Get ready in there. We're coming in.
What?
Let's race.
Oh, this is what you like.
Was that a shot? Wait a minute. Was that a shotgun and then he spun the gun and it was a sniper rifle? Or did they weapon switch? I'm not even sure.
Dude, that's... Oh my god, this is so dented. He's playing the game and he's watching a... Oh my god.
Today, my...
Getting this bomb planted.
One, and then you're on the defense and they're on the offense.
Okay.
Teams are fighting for control.
Gear up.
Oh, that's...
What?
Okay, so it's all very fast.
Right now is started.
It's more unique and interesting than Concord. There's a queue to get in, and it has a controller. It literally has a controller gamepad option here, but you can't use one. Okay? There are some exceptions apparently by the end of the game where a couple bosses are actually super tough and will hit you. It's going to be fun. All right. But people have told me these endings can take upwards of hundreds of hours of gameplay to actually obtain. The last time I checked, any game that takes hundreds of hours ending, and that's all right. You know, there is an ending to the game where basically you every story's different. Every group is slow. We're probably gonna hang it up
Oh, he's talking about Rimworld. Man.
here and less spicy.
Wow, this podcast sucks. Yeah, I'm done listening to that.
Shield breakers forming at the throne room. Marked it.
You can ride a horse? You can ride Cat! It's Cat! Bleh. Alright.
Why do you die so fast?
Yeah, why do you die so fast? You didn't take forever to die.
I got the drop on them, and then I just instantly died. Like melted, but I didn't even see more than one guy shooting at me.
Alright. Okay, that is it. That is it. Thank you for watching this video. Man, that sucks that the fucking original video corrupted and now I have to edit these two parts together. Bullshit. That should never have happened. But thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.